Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I know I'm sure there's a lot more we can talk about, and hopefully you guys are taking notes about this. We can talk about it more in between the other games, or once this game gets going. I just want to get into kind of the pregame for this second match because they are starting the muster. I have the clock going. This is the second layout. This is map 3A, secondary pack 5. So it's a similar board setup. The deployment zones are a little bit larger, but they are on
Yeah.
the same sides of the board, and the objectives are in the same place.
Oh
Where
wow. Okay.
so this is, yeah, this is the board we're looking at now. And I mean, any thoughts, right? We thought this would be beneficial to Dangerfro in the last round, and now, uh, it was a very close game. Now you have a similar setup, and then also we talked about for Micro having guys on those objectives.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. What do you give us? I guess Bjornid, you spoke up first. Give us some thoughts on Micro's side of things here. What he's looking at. Does the objectives really help him that much more to have models on them?
Yeah, because I think that like we see him do that a lot when he's able to. It'll be like, okay, hot shot here, and then he's able to just ready. And if they move and he lost initiative, he can ready and shoot first before them, and really just make sure he's getting shots out with those hot shot volley guns, which he likes to do. And he's also scoring a point while he does it. Depending on the secondary spread, what we get, that's just it's really nice to have those stacks. Like I'm standing on a point, I get a kill. That's a kill point. That's 2 points for that one kill. Oh, he was a specialist. That's high profile. You know what I mean? Like you get a lot of stacks that way, and I think the micro is able to think like that and looking for that kind of an advantageous thing
For
to be
sure.
making one model do multiple things.
For sure. That's what, the more efficiency you can get out of these models, the better. All right. So, Ryan, I'm going to throw it over to you. We're looking at a situation here where similar kind of deployment. We thought the last one was beneficial to Danger. He took a muster that none of us were expecting, right? So maybe it wasn't as helpful in the way that we thought. You guys had a moment where you were talking about the movement of the Flamer in the last game, or the movement of the Cabalite Gunner, and how it should have shot Rein, or it should have shot, this or that. We talked about having a plan, getting hit in the mouth, but then sticking to that plan. Is this, if you're Danger here, are you, after how close that game was, are you stuck to your guns? Are you going with that same muster? Are you looking at a different muster here? How do you feel?
Oh man. Um. Well, for me, it comes down to the what secondaries they've drawn. I'm assuming they've drawn
Okay,
a different set of
yeah,
secondaries. Which
I have it actually down here on the board if you want to take a look. It is Bounty Hunter, Death from Afar, Thin Their Ranks, and then Engage on All Fronts, Recon Sweep, and Scout the Field. So those are the 6 options we have.
okay. Um. So scout the field. That's kind of enticing with all those mandrakes
Hmm.
that danger can bring. So I mean, obviously there's going to be mandrakes in this list. Let's be honest. And then I kind of want Dangerfro to run witches, just because I don't think anybody would be expecting that. Or maybe he might fall back to the racks. He seems to be most comfortable with the racks. So honestly, it's a toss up right now. That lineup of secondaries that you just listed off sounds pretty diverse. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
No,
a toss up.
seeing the death from afar here, it's kind of like if I was thinking if you're going to take that Cabalite list, that's kind of the time to take it,
Yeah,
maybe.
now's the time, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that blaster could do some work with death
The
from afar.
blaster, the dark
Yeah,
lance can also.
Dark Lance has got. It's hard to get him long range, but yeah, dude, that blaster and death from afar, it's really good. And
Yeah,
then Mandrakes too, like they're decent at shooting. They get the mortals and the -1 AP and stuff like that. It's decent against guard. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we see him take the same list, right?
okay,
yeah.
so that's an interesting thought, right? And Shane, I'm going to ask you something about that real quick. We are at the 30-second mark for the muster. Um, So Shane, I'm wondering, right? They were just talking about, Ryan mentioned maybe the rack list is the one he's most comfortable with, but obviously he's practiced this Cabalite list. He pulled it out. There were some situations there where you felt like, okay, he could have made a charge here, right? He's got this strength 3 guy. Now he'd be wounding on 3s against Ryan or Rouse. And then even in that final round, they were hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s on those guys. And maybe he didn't use them the way that he could have. Do you like looking at these secondaries? Do you think that's the list to go back to? Do you think it's a bad idea for him because he's obviously, I mean, or maybe not obviously, but maybe not as in tune with that list, seeing what he did with it in the first game?
I mean, looking from Danger's perspective, I'm leaning towards the Wracks a little bit here. There's a couple of reasons for that. Death from Afar.
Sorry, guys.
If he is going to run Death from Afar, it's going to be intriguing with the Liquifer, right? I mean, you're looking at Rein and Rouse, who are toughness 2. You're looking at the Guardsman, who are T3, and the Liquifer can do some serious work from 4.1 inches away, 4.1 plus inches away. So that's an option for Death from Afar. Bounty Hunter just works really well the more melee models you have, and the Electrocorrosive Whip. Acothyst can do a lot of work with that in addition to the Klaviex.
Yeah. Well,
and then stuff like Scout the Field, if you have cheap chaff units that are survivable like Racks, they can actually get that and stand in those spots.
Yeah, you appear to have spoken into existence. The Rack
did he
list
reveal?
has been revealed. So yes, that is what we are seeing now. So looking at the Rack list, it's basically what you talked about. It's that Acothyst. We've got the Demolitions with the Liquifer. We have another Rack Gunner who has that Ossa factor, which we did see him run in his game against you, I believe, correct? And and then he's got the Klaviex, and he's got the 2 Mandrakes and the Nightfiend leader. I believe they're rolling for deployment right now. Let's take a look at what Micro has. Very similar or the exact same list as round 1, actually, looking at it. It is the exact same list.
The exact same.
So
yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
I mean, fair enough, right? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, like you said.
Yeah.
All these models now. Okay, so Beernid, I'm going to throw it to you here really quick, and then we'll jump over to the other guys. Make it quick just because we do have limited time for in between these games. But looking at this, Micro has taken the exact same list. Danger has taken the list that we kind of expected him to take in the first game. What are your thoughts here? Is it another close game? Do you think this works against Danger now because he's kind of playing into what Micro expected in the first place?
Yeah, so this is kind of just to go back on my point about if you're in the best of 3, you take something weird maybe first round and then you go back to the default. I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. Problem is, I think that Micro is now finally in his element and expected that, and is taking that same list because, hey, it beat that last one and it's probably going to beat the second one that comes out. Is what he's thinking, the one that he expected finally. So yeah,
for
spot on.
For sure. Okay. Well, let's take, we looked at those secondaries beforehand. I can see into both of their hands. So we're going to take a look at Micro's first. Micro has taken Bounty Hunters, thin their ranks, and engage on all fronts. Any thoughts on that, Shane?
Oh, thin their ranks. That is an interesting one. These models from Danger are relatively survivable. I don't know if he's going to be able to max that, especially with only 8 bodies. It's very situational. Like you got to get 6 kills, but spread out evenly, like 2-2-2. That could be a little tough. I like Bounty Hunter, obviously. I think that's a great one. Would have been nice to see Pious maybe with Bounty Hunters. Right now, his only melee option is Gotfret, really, and then the Sergeant, who's total weakling against most of these models. And what was the positional you said? Engage?
Engage on all fronts, yes.
Yeah, I like that one here. I think it's going to be pretty easy for him. It's not like there's a Dark Lance covering the whole board, really limiting where he can stand. I mean, there's still going to be the Liquifer and Ossa factor, but those aren't quite as point-and-click kill, right? There's a little bit more play other than just avoid it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going to jump over really quick. We're going to take a look at what Danger has chosen. Danger has chosen Recon Sweep, thin their ranks, and Bounty Hunter. So similar in both of their killy objective choices, and then the difference being the Recon Sweep for Danger. Obviously trying to get those Mandrakes into that deployment zone. It's a little bit bigger, but we saw he really didn't get into Recon. I think he get 1 point or 2 points on it last game. I can't remember, but Ryan, we're gonna go to you. I'm sorry, maybe you don't feel like you're feeling a little bit bullied here, but you are. I'm putting you in the position of the Drukhari player again. What are your thoughts here on these secondaries?
I'm not. Jeez. All right. So Recon Sweep. Oh man. I mean, these deployment zones are so big, right? So I can see the reason for taking Recon Sweep. Looking at,
did he?
I'm looking at the stream right now.
Yes, I revealed him. Danger has taken Recon Sweep, thin their ranks, and Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look here. I think the killing the killing power is here for him to justify thin their ranks and bounty hunters. And I think the deployment zone is big enough where he's going to have an easier time of infiltrating into that back line. And, maybe Micro won't be expecting it this time.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Maybe he won't be expecting it. Maybe he'll let him in, try to set a trap like Danger did in game 1. I do think it's interesting because you can potentially get it. I believe with those Mandrakes, their base is small enough that you could get it while being on that objective as well. So that's kind of interesting. A little bit more play there than he had in the last game, right, where he had to be up all the way behind this box to reveal himself to get his model wholly within, which you don't have to do now. The other thing is you have this Klaviex again on the board, and I do not believe either of the Mandrakes that he has taken. I'm looking. I don't know where the other one is, but I don't believe
He put it
either.
in reserves. He's
Yeah,
got it in
okay.
reserve.
And he did not take the veteran again. So he did not feel like that was the way to go. Whereas I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about what you guys talked about before the last game, what Shane specifically mentioned is that veteran. And then I'm thinking about this this Klaviex, and I'm thinking about how difficult it was for him to move this Klaviex around the board and get it into combat. I'm not sure. I'd have to pull up his roster. I don't know if he had a non-specialist version of the Klaviex. I don't believe he does. I'm looking and I don't see it on the roster. So he couldn't not take the Klaviex, or he couldn't take the Klaviex any other way other than the Zealot. So taking the veteran would,
Yeah.
potentially take one of those specialisms away from him. So it's tough, but this is kind of what you guys discussed about his roster as well, and why Micro might have an easier time with it because he knows kind of what to expect. He knows there's those 3 teams that he can potentially put on the board. And okay, let's say he does take the veteran. Now I don't have to worry about that Klaviex, or I don't have to worry about that demo with the Liquifer, or there's not as much play there with what he can do. Shane, any thoughts on that again? Right, how long it took that Klaviex again to combat? Do you think it might have been the better move to switch over to the veteran, or do something to kind of move his team around?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to run the Klaviex, right? It's so strong. I mean, the real problem here is his roster. When you have the 3 lists and one of them's a witch list, so I mean, you look at those witch lists and it's like this is wasted spots on his roster. So he's limiting his flexibility, and you're seeing it right now. You're seeing it get kind of exploited. I think you saw it a little bit in my game against him as well, because he took an Asa factor that game and it did nothing the whole entire time. You don't take an Asa factor against 8 racks or 6 racks rather. It just, you need flexibility in your roster outside of, I'm going to take racks or I'm going to take Cabalites. And having those witches hurts him. It hurts his flexibility, and you're kind of seeing it now, because I agree. I think the veteran Mandrake would be really impactful in these matchups.
Yeah, for sure. Would have loved to have seen it, right? Would have made a little bit, would have given Micro something more to think about. I think even if you don't have the 2 Mandrakes to put into reserve, I think that veteran almost puts more on Micro's mind than the potential deep strike does, because even if you can't get him exactly where you want him, realistically, even if you got him on Gotfret, you'd be getting him into the deployment turn 1 and into combat, which is potentially safer, maybe not against Gotfret. He's a scary model with those 5 attacks, but again, Micro would have had the advantage with the number of models and his deployment. He could have worked around the veteran, but it would have given him something to think about at least. Whereas now, Micro, this is where Micro's at home, right? This is okay. I'm going to set up my guys. I'm going to set them where they can see objectives. I'm going to ready them just like we've been discussing. He has the objectives that are partially in his deployment zone. Like, this is his bread and butter, and he's just going to zone you out again. He's going to get his shots on you. Like, it's almost a mirrored matchup. I know we have the different muster from Danger here, but this, like, I think Micro is right at home here. Any thoughts on that, Bearded? Like, if you're Micro, is this like your best case scenario right here? This is what you thought was coming at you?
Yeah. Just simply, yeah. Yep. I think so.
All right, short and sweet. Not usually what we're getting from Bearded, but I'll take it. Right, I'll take it. They're getting towards the end of deployment here. I guess we'll go through. I'm gonna force you guys to give me an answer. Shane, you'll go first. What are you looking at in this game? Who do you think takes it? Is this gonna go to a game 3? Is this staying at? Is this? I believe you predicted Micro 2-0 anyway. So are you sticking with that? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think Micro's going to take it here again. I mean, you have to look at how close last game was and think about how terrible the hot shot volley guns performed. They're not going to perform that bad again. I don't see it happening. I think in all likelihood it's going to be a win for Micro, and I don't think it's going to be as close as it was last game.
All right, fair enough. Ryan, I'm going to go to you now. Same question. What are you feeling? Are we going to get a game 3 out of this? Do you think this is it? Right? How are you feeling?
It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep.
All right. Another 2-0 prediction here. Beernet, I'm putting it to you last as they're putting down the final models here. Thoughts? What do we see? Is it another close game? Is Micro just taking this one 2-0 with a pretty clean sweep in the second game? How are you feeling?
I think that he could win this one. The weak point is going to be attrition. That's going to be hard for him to get.
Okay, fair enough.
So
he does have
a complete denial of that secondary. We don't know.
Yeah, we've talked about that in the past, where these secondaries ended up being almost primaries in some of these matchups, where the ability to deny them or achieve them really was the difference maker in these games. Anyways, they are rolling for initiative here, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Take it away, Shane.
All right, we're going in, and I think that's one initiative by Micromancer, so he's going to have to go first here, which you think that sounds bad with Micromancer and the way that he sets up these hotshot volley guns. He knows how to use it.
Yeah.
It's really not a huge issue for him. He can set up his gunners. He can point his guns at objectives and say, "Go ahead, sit on those points. You're going to regret it." One thing that's interesting from Dangerfro and his deployment that we didn't really mention. Danger has stacked this side of the board, and I like this strategy. I actually legitimately like it from him. It's something that I thought about doing if I had to play against Micro, because I know he's going to evenly set up those hotshot volley guns. But one hotshot volley gun can only do so much against 3 or 4 models.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think part of that is why Micro goes ahead and he sets up that his heavy gunner up in that center tower, so he can kind of help out either side, put shots on target on either objective that's inside Dangerfro's deployment zone or close to it at the very least. And he's going to be able to move with that model because it's the heavy spec, right? So he's not going to be taking that -1 to hit penalty. Just very good deployment on his part. It's amazing, honestly, that he has developed a list that can go first or second turn 1, depending on the initiative, and still be very effective.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how many times have you been playing this game and it's like, oh, I won turn 1 initiative. Crap.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and look at this, that readying thing. Look at this deployment, this practice thing, how he's just like, oh, my entire team's readied. Do what you will. I'm going to get my shots.
Yeah.
And we saw Danger do okay with that in the last game with the Dark Lance, where just the deployment let him stay for a big part of the game in just that one spot. And we're kind of seeing that now on the other side with Micro. And Micro does have a lot of action economy to just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to cheeky take these points in the shooting phase. So he's just going to make sure he gets offense here. He shoots first. He has initiative. He has the readies. It's a very interesting spot to be in as Micro.
Yeah, so let's go back to talking about Dangerfro's deployment of like the 3 racks all on one side of the board. Is the reason that you guys are a big fan of that is just that there's so many like durable bodies that Micro's going to have to contend with on that side of the board, presumably just like advancing up?
Well, for me,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I was just going to say just quickly. For me, I see a hot shot volley and Ryan, and not much else over here. And so there's a weak objective. He's pointing a lot at it, and that's a good thing, I think.
I was just going to say, you set up a lot on that side of the board, and you might actually break through. When I say break through, I mean you might kill the hotshot volley gun over there. You might get onto that side of the board. If you evenly set up the way that Micro has this, we've seen it a million times. You're not going to break through. It's not going to happen. So so heavily like leaning on that side of the board, it's an interesting strategy that we haven't seen anybody do against Micromancer's triple volley gun setup yet.
Yep. And that also, here he is. He took recon sweep last round. It didn't work that well for him. And maybe this is another way to get that. So he's got the one, the reserve aspect, and then he's got these guys just pushing through at a weak point.
For sure. So the Liquifer is moving up. He advanced him. He got a 2, so I believe that's 9 inches that he can move at that model. Now he's measuring elsewhere.
Yep.
Not sure what the plan is.
Yeah, that would be disappointing to see him flock over to the middle with this, little group he's got here.
Yeah.
I think he points everything like over here. Says, okay, hot shot, you'll get one turn of doing stuff. And the next turn he's just going to overrun it.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's going to be a point this game where we see a Wrack in combat with Rein or Rouse, because that's an interesting situation. Wracks are strength 3, but they have homunculus tools, which always wound on 4s.
Yeah.
If you get into combat with Rein or Rouse, you need to not use the homunculus tools.
Yes.
You need to use your fist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You got
every model in Kill Team has a basic close combat weapon, I think it's referred to, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. I think they may have changed that over in Big 40K, so a lot of people may not be familiar with that. But you can choose to make basic close combat attacks without having to use a weapon.
Yeah. No, it was big in Big 40K. Like 8th edition, for example, you'd get in with your Gene Stealers, and what you would do is just slap fight. Because you wanted to survive your turn, basically an end in combat. So that next turn, and so you'd wrap around so they couldn't fall back, and then that would make the enemy guns on their turn not be able to shoot, and then so they would fight you. You'd lose a couple guys, but now in their turn, when you activate your turn to fight, you're just like, oh, okay, here's my acid mods and all this stuff, and boom, just blast through it, pile in 3 inches, and then now you're set up to do it again next turn.
So something we should talk about. Dangerfro actually used a reroll on his demo gunner's advance, so he's down to 1 CP.
Oof.
It's a bold strategy. It's worked out for him in the past, but I mean that really stings when you're playing Drukhari, and you need to make an advance, and you just flop it. Whereas in turn 2, you'll be able to get that free reroll.
But what happened?
Did he really need it though?
Well, he rolled a 1 on his advance, and he re-rolled it into a 2.
Jeez. And I mean, look, the outcome was gonna, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was really trying to do with it. Obviously, he moved that model up onto the center objective there.
I think he wanted to get it here, maybe out of LOS of the hot shot up top.
Okay,
but he couldn't do that.
And he just rolled another 1 on an advance for this Wrack to the side.
Man.
And he's just going to take that point. Because he would have made it to that objective, but he would have been like over here.
He's readied up with his Mandrake leader. How do you guys feel about that? Especially after seeing Rein and a Scion heavy shot, hot shot volley gunner readied up.
I'm getting
should be a dead leader.
Yeah,
I think so too, Shane.
I'm getting disappointed because I thought the whole thing was to just overtake this side.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, I'm going to ready, I'm going to advance and then not move it and things like that. It's like, okay, I'd rather have that 1 on the advance, have him, just off of that objective and take shots this round for what that compensation is next round.
Yeah.
Just like, boom, everything's going forward. He's got this Acothyst combat here. It's like, I don't know. I would have had this Wrack up. I would have had that Wrack, the Wrack gunner as close up as I could get him. Acothyst combat up, and then maybe be looking at reserve stuff to even point over here as well. Because it's like you could put 1 Mandrake here and then be in their DZ with the other one. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's looking at advancing the Zealot up into maybe this area.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting idea. I mean, it presents a big threat right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's something that, Micro would have to spend CP to decisive move and lock him up with Gotfret, I think.
Yeah. So we're seeing the combat consider his options. He's going to take an advance. Gets a 5. Not bad.
So that's 12, I believe.
Yeah. But now it's
There
like
we go.
You got this hotshot guy who's going to be able to focus down on him rather than being like, oh, okay, is it going to be... I don't know. I guess maybe he's going to go off onto the Nightfiend, but...
Well, it's tough, right? Because you've also got an Asa factor pointed at you.
True.
This is a difficult position.
Yeah. No, I like the general thing of it, I just think it was set up in a very aggressive posture that kind of made it feel like a dog barking at the gate that once you get in, it just starts wagging its tail, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to see a little bit more bite out of that opening from this side.
Another 1 on an advance there for the Klaviex.
Woof.
Yeah, getting it all out of the system early.
Yeah. Ooh, I think you've got to move the Klaviex over here. Just surround this little pit in the corner with melee threats.
Agreed. You want to draw Gotfret away from what he wants to be doing to like come support over here and stuff. Because then it's kind of like a dog chasing his tail, right? Like he moves out here, he takes that domination, but now he's wanting to charge out to like maybe this side to Danger's side. And then it's like, oh, well, I just wasted that whole activation there because I'm pulling him right back to my DZ anyway.
Lots of dog comparisons in the last 2 minutes.
There we go, right? I don't even have one. I got birds. I can start doing bird comparisons.
He's like a hawk circling his prey.
Yeah. It's like when it squawks because it wants pizza, Somebody's pet parrot. Which actually happens, by the way.
Oh,
They
nice.
squawk when they want pizza?
Dude, yeah, people give them treats and stuff, and then they learn what human food is, and then they see a box of Hungry Howie's or something. It's like, must have. That's a West Coast thing, I think. I don't know if you guys have
For
it on
sure.
your out
Never
there.
heard of that.
Never heard of
Uh-huh.
Hungry Howie's.
It's a Vegas thing. The Vegas voice. Put it in chat.
I'm gonna
I hope
jump
he doesn't
in
go.
here. That is not a West Coast thing because I've never heard of that, and I'm from the West Coast, so that is strictly a Vegas thing.
Strictly Vegas thing.
Yeah, it's certainly not an East Coast thing. I'll tell you that.
Tim, back me up in chat. You're from Vegas. Hungry Howie's.
All right, super conservative from the Klaviex. I don't like that. I think if you put the Klaviex over here, it would have been okay.
Yep.
I think every time moving forward, whenever I'm playing with a Klaviex, I think I'm just going to yeet it down the board and see what happens. Because every time you play conservatively with it, it just winds up like doing next to nothing.
Yeah, well, it's like the mixed messages is the issue that I'm saying, is the problem over here.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm set up to box you, but no, I'm not sure. It shows to me like when I'm setting up against something like that and somebody's doing this kind of stuff, it's like indecisive, not sure, doesn't necessarily have a great plan. And at that point, I feel as the other guy that I have a better shot here.
Yeah, I mean, I do love what he did with the Wrack, or the
Yeah.
Acothyst rather, but who knows if that guy's going to live? He's now the obvious choice, right? The obvious. I mean, the next closest is the Klaviex right here for Micro. I think you're going to come out on top most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Micro wants is like, please trade shots with me.
Sorry, I'm just jumping in here to let you guys know. I don't know what just happened. My computer, I don't know if it's just not happy being on TTS this long. It just froze for a moment. So you're probably going to have to repeat what you just said. I apologize. If anything else happens, we'll go to a pause real quick and I'll maybe relaunch TTS. I don't know what just happened. All my numbers look good, but it just had a little bit of a freak out. So just letting you know. Sorry, technical difficulties.
No problem.
We were talking about Hungry Howie's. I said that was a West Coast thing. And obviously, I guess it is not. It is a Las Vegas thing.
I
Yeah, I'm
guess it's
checking the
not a Las
stream.
Vegas thing. I guess they're all over Florida as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
I see the little freeze in the stream, so I think we're really it was just us talking about the obvious threat being the Acothyst, and then the Rat Gunner not being nearly as scary in the next turn. The Rat Gunner might shoot and kill something right now, but Micro's all readied up. He's going to be able to get his shots off at the end of the day.
No, and I was talking about the indecisiveness that, when you're setting up and you're seeing that on the other side, that it tells you, that maybe the other person doesn't have a clear plan and stuff. And what we're kind of seeing from Danger here is mixed messages about, I'm going to be real bold and ballsy on this side of the board. And then it's kind of like, I'm timid all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you want to do what you set up to do. You know what I mean? Like, you got your melee stuff here, you got the Klaviex, you got your Acothyst combat, and now instead of a big giant scary team, you've got it spread out. Like, my Klaviex is all of a sudden holding an objective. I'm afraid of him taking shots and stuff. It's like, he's going to take shots anyway on that objective if he wants to. Get him in their face.
Yeah.
And what you guys just heard is a sneak peek of what my poor coaching clients hear all the time. They're just so mean to them. Like a drill sergeant. It's like, no, that was wrong. Be bold, damn it.
So Micro took about a very long time. I was going to come up with some hyperbolic measurement or number, but it took him forever to set Rouse up 5.1 inches away from the Acothyst. But he eventually did it.
Yeah.
He's going to toss that grenade at the Acothyst. We'll see how that goes. The demo charge is, he'll be hitting on 3s, but it's strength 8, so it'll be wounding on 2s. We'll see how many shots he gets, but still 4 up and well for the Acothyst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if he whiffs again, right? Last game it did not do amazing things, which that's what you're taking him for. I mean, in addition to buffing Rouse or Rein, whatever. The shooty one. There's the nady one and the shooty one. So what do you guys think? You think after what we've seen so far here in the movement phase that it's still, is it still the same amount of leaning towards Micro that you were projecting earlier, or is it potentially more?
I think there's options here for Danger. I wouldn't say that it's all Micro right now. Like this, I could easily see this going poorly for him. Oh my God, he's really tripling down on that.
Oh my God,
he heard us, boys.
That's
he heard us.
That's a lot of models.
Yeah.
Man, what do you do now? What is the play for Micro? Do you really try to deal with this?
Literally a shootout.
Yeah. See, if he's going to go do that, why did he leave his leader here? I just don't. It's like, okay, I'm going to have the Klaviex hold a point. I think you run the Klaviex up.
That's a little too close.
That's a little too close, yeah.
Yeah. But man, next turn, re-rolling charges. That's going to be a really interesting thing there in the movement phase for next round.
This is very similar to what I had in mind playing against Micro with this stack. Mm-hmm. If I ever made it there. Granted, it would have been a few less. Like you wouldn't have this random rack here that does nothing. It would have been a Mandrake instead. But yeah, probably no Asa Factor either. But the same idea, just like cover one part of the board. Like say, I know you've only got so many shots. Like, can you stop this kind of like tidal wave from reaching your, I guess, front door, so to speak?
Yep. See, that's like I keep saying, the mixed messages. I know it's good like what was the fundamentals say, yes, B -1 to hit, or be in cover to make the injury roll a -1.
Right.
But here you've paid CP and you're using your reserves and all that stuff for something you could have just normal moved up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you make the most of that by
sorry.
Why would he just not reserve? Like, why would he not just deploy there and then normal move up? Like, why are you going to do that?
You get to do that after you see everything. It's before you know whether you're winning initiative or losing initiative. Oh, he's ordering move. So we're going to see this flamer come down here.
Yeah. So Flamer's moving on to that objective. He's taking the point.
Nice.
Yep. Like I said, I think of these as like the mixed messages. Like, I don't necessarily love the placements that are going on. I don't like the Nightfiend right across from a hotshot volley gunner that is just readied, but he's going to get to shoot first. There, and here we go.
Wow, he's shooting the Nightfiend over there, I think.
Yep. It's going for it. Four
Four
shots.
shots on fives. Gets two.
It's gonna.
See, that's more what we're used to from
Yeah.
Micro.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
God, this is what happens.
He only
That's
needed
not
threes.
That's
So
not
does
good.
he re-roll one of these? He only needs a 3. That is the
I
leader.
think you reroll.
Yeah, because a 5-up and a 6-up isn't great. Yep, here we go.
He is. Yeah, he's rerolling.
Here we go. We need a 3.
This is an ugly. He gets
There
it.
we go.
Got it.
Yeah, Vegas
Now,
odds
5 up,
say to
no
take
reroll. Of course.
that.
He gets it.
Oh, and he spikes it. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Jeez. Okay. Next
All right.
shot. So it's the Nightfiend now shooting back, and then it'll be all Micro basically.
So he's just going to return the favor onto the same guy.
Or maybe go to
No,
Rouse.
I think he's thinking about shooting Rein or Rouse at this point.
Yeah, I just don't know with all the modifiers on there right now that he would.
Well, I mean, it's like, what else is he going to shoot? And that hotshot volley gunner is not a threat anymore to his team.
You say
would
that,
go-
but last game he was
would go
really
for Rouse.
prioritizing killing the hotshot volley gunners, even if they'd shot already.
Yeah. I would probably go for Rouse because he's going to probably grenade
he's
the
going to
eye.
throw that bomb onto the point.
Yep.
Is Rouse obscured from him? It's hard to say.
From the
I don't think
Nightfiend?
so. Yeah, I don't
No.
think he is obscured from the
Nope.
Nightfiend.
No.
Here we go. He's doing it right. He's doing what I would do. Come on, let's see what you get. We're 4s or 3s, I mean.
Yep, he's probably not going to kill him. Wins on a 2.
6 could do it. No.
Nothing.
Wah.
Whew.
Damn. So a lot of nothing here so far.
So now it's a ton of shooting from Micro, and
Yeah.
then we get to see what happens after.
So the sergeant is going to shoot his bolt pistol onto that Wrack.
Hitting on a 5. Get the weak shots out of the way first. Gets a hit.
It's
Wounds on a 4. Wounds. Coin flip.
Here we go.
Doesn't get it.
Fails it. I think he just he didn't.
Ooh.
Went for the save. Okay.
Oh.
Flesh wound.
Flesh
Can't
wound.
reroll it.
Nope.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Still good to get the flesh wound on it this early on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to get a few more shots on that guy. So next up is a regular guardsman with the Lasgun.
Yep.
Arm.
Oh, he's thinking about going off on the Mandrake, but all right. So 2.
Ooh.
Oh my God, Micro's back.
Wounds on a
Micro's
5s.
back.
Gets
There
1
we go.
wound. Wow, that's unlikely.
Yeah.
Nope, it's gonna be a kill.
Save 6 up. Feel no
Nothing.
pain.
Oh my lord. Needs a 3. Oh
Got
my
it.
God. That is outrageous dice. It's kind of funny. It feels like the things that should work against Dangers models don't. And you got bolt pistols and Lasguns killing racks.
Yeah. So that's a bounty
There's the
token
bounty.
coming on the board.
That's going to be hold more probably.
Yep.
Well, no, maybe not. Depends on whether this Acothyst lives.
Yeah. We're gonna see Mr. Grenades drop on him in a little bit, I think. All right.
Yeah.
So what's next? We got Sniper
the
is still
heavy.
ready. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna see heavy hot shot go into.
Whew.
He's got a
Wealth of
list
options.
Targets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a target-rich environment for that model.
See, and imagine if all these guys pretty much were over on this objective, or just over close to it,
Yeah, or at the very least behind that shipping container, just so that they're the tiniest bit obscured. With this,
so
they're all out in the open.
Yeah, he's going to get to shoot him anyway. Yeah, he's going to get to shoot him anyway. What is the compensation? That's the question you ask.
Hitting on 6s. Okay, he's shooting the Wrack Gunner with the Asa Factor, actually. So he's going to be hitting on 5s instead of 6s, which he would be against the Mandrake.
Yep.
Okay.
So 4 on 5s.
Gets 1.
He pulls a micro, gets 1.
He's on a 4, is it?
Goes
He
for a
wounds.
micro a second time.
4. Gets the
Got it.
save.
Okay. Now those racks are waking up.
Yeah.
All right,
so
Rein.
Unreadied. Add initiative is going to come. Oh, yeah, it is the last ready. So Rein, unless he passes.
No, Ryan's going to shoot a Mandrake. Ryan is so good at killing Mandrakes, you got to take this opportunity.
That's very true.
I think Ryan has an unobscured shot on the Nightfiend as well,
Oh, man.
even through the crowd.
That would be ugly. Yeah, he's got the rerolls.
He'll be hitting on 3s.
Yeah. God, even against a Mandrake hitting on 3s. What world are we living in?
Rerolling all failed hits. Ooh.
Jesus. Hashtag balance.
Hey, I've been banging the drums for Ryan and Rouse for a long, long time.
For
so
sure.
Yep. No, I know, and it's a funny thing with all the Drukhari we had in this game that people were rooting for guard as if they were the underdog. It's like
Even though they
Twilight
really are
Zone.
not.
Yeah.
So he's really struggling. I think this is a no-brainer, maybe. I mean, I would just go for the leader. Just handicap his CP immediately.
Yeah, because the other guys that are left are not presenting as much of a high value as the leader is.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get to shoot first in initiative anyway with Rouse to drop a grenade on the Acothyst combat. You go for the leader
That's
right here,
right.
Micro. Take the shot, Micro. On
Take
to
the
leader.
shot.
There
He's
you
taking
go.
the shot.
Wait, did he
figured it out.
ever... What was his order?
Move.
He ordered
And on
move,
the point.
move on the flamer to get onto
that's right, that's right.
the point back there.
Yeah.
All right,
the
here we
shot.
go.
Hit.
Who's it on? It's on the
On
leader.
Nightfiend.
Wounds.
That's a wound.
wound.
5 up. Spikes
Second
it.
save this guy's made.
Jeez.
That's what I'm talking about. He's missing the 4-ups over here, but then he's getting these saves with the leader.
Yeah, that's why he's the boss, right? That little leader. He's making those 2 saves, 2 clutch saves, dude.
And Ryan's just got to... I mean, I feel like Ryan's just got to go backwards. I mean, right there, he's
Yeah,
getting shot at.
He's getting shot at. He's exposing himself to getting charged turn 2.
Gotfret would love to get in on him.
Gotfret is on his team, so that'd be weird.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
What is happening
but-
right now?
Yeah.
Some mutiny in the ranks. Trouble in
That's why they call me
paradise. for the
beer and
Military.
it, everybody. Sorry about that.
that face when Ryan
Had
and
a
Rouse are the
caveman
only-
moment on stream.
No. It's okay. Ryan and Rouse are the only remaining like troops that are loyal to the Imperium in this roster. If we're looking at it, right? Everyone else is been corrupted by chaos.
Yeah.
They
It's
just
the
don't
fun.
know. They just haven't realized yet.
All right, so here comes a grenade. D6 shots. He gets
5.
5. Holy
He's hitting on
crap.
3s.
Oh, Gotfret, you're looking awfully spiky today.
Disgusting.
Oh, God,
What's
he
up,
missed
dude?
3 of them.
2's good enough.
Is it? No, I don't think so. He's obscured by his own guy. Wounding on 2s, though. God, every
Ooh, just
time.
1.
Only gets the 1. Now it's a 4-up.
Just needs a 4 up.
Wow, this is the second time that the grenade has not done amazing things.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If I was Micro, I think I'd be re-rolling here.
He can't. He's already re-rolled, right? In the shooting
that's
phase?
right. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yep.
I don't know what he's thinking about.
Only the 1. Let's see your save. 4 up.
Doesn't get it. So
Oh,
D6
no.
damage. Right? D6, D3?
Bad.
Yep.
Yep. D3. So
D3.
2.
Okay, so 2 damage, so he's not going to stop that. I mean, boxcars. Yeah, no.
So
Got 1.
Got 1.
It's 1.
He
Okay.
is... I don't think he's obscured at all by the crate. I think it's just the hotshot volley gun that's obscuring. So this is out in a 4-up, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Right. 2 damage.
Oh my god.
Can't reroll.
Steepy.
It's like one of the best grenades in the game, and we have just seen game back to back that has not been doing great. Put a flesh wound on, that matters. But you
Not what
expect
you
it
want.
out. Yeah, you expect it out on that.
Yeah, so
And
not a
now,
single one of Danger's models is going down.
Well, the demo did.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
And that's huge because remember, Micro has thinned their ranks, and I was saying I think that would be a tough ask
True.
Agreed.
against this team.
So we're going to see a regular Mandrake, I believe, take shots into plain-ass Guardsman, perhaps?
And Micro, the way he moved Rein, this Mandrake can see him. This Mandrake here.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So I don't know why he didn't shimmy him a little bit more so that he couldn't get shot at all, but
Yeah. And we saw him make this same mistake last game too, where he's scarpering his models in a way where he could easily hide them, but he just didn't. He just either didn't account for it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Asa Factor is going to shoot now. If he's shooting at the hotshot volley gun, he is obscured a little bit, and I think that's what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, his arm is hidden. His whole he's putting get down on him with 1 CP. Okay.
So he's hitting it now on a 5, one shot.
Yeah. So he's stacking negative to hit modifiers on here. We'll see.
And
if he can pull it
that's
through.
smart. That lasts
Yeah.
the whole round. Everybody's going to be shooting at that guy.
Yep.
Oh, he
It
Gets it anyway.
Jesus.
Okay, wounds on it too.
That's
Gets
a
it.
wound.
It's
It's a
8p3.
No
So
save. Yeah. 5 up to
Save.
kill, though.
Yeah.
Only 1 damage.
Hey, oh.
Does a flesh wound.
Okay.
Still a good situation there for Micro.
Yeah.
I mean, Danger's got to kill this guy, or else he's not going to kill anything
Yep.
on the first go.
Yep. He's got some shooting left, but I don't know that's going to do it. Yep. So
So
random ass
yeah.
Guardsman's going to take a long range shot. I don't know if it would be counting as obscured.
No, I think the Guardsman is getting shot. The Guardsman's actually the
Yeah,
one who
that's what I'm
killed the
saying.
Wrack.
He's going to take a shot.
Oh, he's going to
Bye.
take. Yeah, I see what you
Yeah.
mean.
Sorry about that.
No, he's yeah, I think you're right. He's unobscured but long range.
Yeah.
So this is 4s.
One hit.
Gets 1, no wound.
No wound.
I mean, I almost would have considered just dropping them right here in my deployment zone for free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it's like they're doing the same thing.
Yes.
But then
Yeah.
you're not open to all the shots and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, still going to get a lot of them. You could have put them right here. Still, they're looking down this way.
No, I was saying like you're not going to take as many shots or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to get shot as much.
Yeah. Now that's how somebody that can speak English would say it. All right, so 2 whiffs.
A whiff? Yeah, you see, Rein and Rouse think they're safe right now, but wait till they get charged by Gotfret.
Yeah.
The ultimate, the bad guy turn.
And I will never live it down. I make the caveman play of the game from
like
commentary.
Yeah, it's like the heel turn in wrestling. It's like Gotfret just turns around, hits Rein with the steel chair.
Yeah. The crowd goes wild. So we're scoring.
He's got a steel chair. There
I
are
don't know.
Rein
Has been-
steel chairs on the board, so
But actually, there are. Look at the chairs. They
it's
might be.
not outside of possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these look
That's why
these look like
Gotfret has
chairs.
moved to where he is. He's trying to get one of those steel chairs.
Yeah. My God, Rein has been broken in half. Oh,
Hey, it's been a long ass
Um,
game. I played a
I'm losing
finals game. I won a tournament today, guys. Okay.
yeah. Don't forget.
I did that right before getting on stream. So I'm
8 to
tired.
8 for initiative. So we're looking at 3-1
Yeah.
right now because Micro
Yeah.
did get engaged on all fronts.
So Danger's going to take initiative on round 2.
Mm.
Round 2, game 2, for those of you just joining in, of the
Ooh,
Transatlantic Open Finals.
decisive move. I think this is Gotfret.
Yep.
Will
He's gonna
Danger
go into-
contest? I think you got it right. You got to contest.
What do? You trying to lock him down with a charge of your own? that what
Maybe.
you're-
I don't know. I don't think there's a good choice here.
I know, because
Yep,
Mandrake
he's contesting.
do it. But a Mandrake does statistically, I think, get to an injury roll, unfortunately.
Oh,
Take
wow.
an injury roll. Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah. But a Mandrake charging is statistically not going to kill Gotfret and going to
Um,
get to an injury roll against Gotfret.
yeah. So chat, viewers rather, Dangerfro challenged. The woe you just heard was us reacting to the roll off in the challenge. Dangerfro rolled boxcars to Micromancer's 10. So Danger's going to get to move first here.
What would you do, chat? What would you do? Because you know this guy's coming in. You know he's going to lock up all this crap right here. And then, like, your whole thing that you developed over here. This is why, I would have moved guys up, because then they're not just one blob to lock and stuff. I mean, that's just a side effect of doing what you wanted to do. Yeah, okay. So what we expected to happen happened.
Yeah, it's the Mandrake is sacrificing himself for the cause.
Yep, for the greater bad of Drukhari.
And since Gotfret is locked up, he can't make that bad guy turn we were talking about. So maybe it's a good thing for Micro.
Yep. It's broken in half.
Yo, imagine charging a dude and he has a steel chair.
Micro is advancing away with his hotshot volley gun.
Oh, interesting.
Getting him away from that Acothyst.
Conceding that point then.
Yeah, I think you gotta.
Yep, so that's his decisive. It's going to go back to Danger. And we got to get a hold of Luz and ask him about making a TTS Gotfret with a Rouse head in his hand and a steel chair, yes.
Rouse's
crumpled body modeled onto the base.
That'd be sick.
Oh, man. All right. Acothyst is charging everyone.
Yep.
So that's a charge of like 7 or 8 right there on the closest model, which is Rouse.
Yeah.
Everything else is going to be
plus 2.5. So
yeah.
7 minimum.
So this 6.5, that's a...
Oh, so that's a 8 to get in? No, 9, I think, because of the 0.5s.
Yeah.
No, it would be back to an 8 because if it's exactly 9 to be within 1, an 8 would get you in.
Yeah, any distance away is going to make that a 9 if he falls back.
Yep, if not more. God, why'd you guys have to go and talk about Hungry Howie's? I'm hungry now. That's some pizza. Damn.
We never brought up Hungry Howie's.
I think that was you.
Was the joke. That was the joke, Ryan.
Nobody knew what that was.
Seasoned crust, okay? All right, so...
Rando Guardsman falls back.
He's going to give him the order, I think. Can you do that? Can you give him an order? Get back in the fight?
To
Somebody
Rein
cannot
shoot?
No, to the hot shot that just moved. Because he has a hot shot that advanced. I think he can still let him shoot, right?
Yep.
Am I making caveman play number 2?
No, I believe you're correct.
Okay. All right. Thank God. I had to edit myself there. Almost had a bleep. All right. Color commentary at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. And the award goes to...
A whole lot of fallbacks over here.
A whole lot of fallbacks. All right. Got an AC/DC song going.
All right. There's the last fallback. And, he's re-rolling this, so decent odds that he can get on something. Right there, that's that 8-inch charge.
Yeah, because Drukhari, every round they get a new great sub-faction from another team. Like, I'm just going to take Black Templars that Shane won a tournament with, and I'm going to get that for free. Turn 2, because I'm Drukhari. All right, let's see what he gets. So a whole lot of fallbacks, whole lot of not shooting before orders are applied.
What is he thinking here? Maybe he wants to make it so that if he goes on to one guy, he's got to commit to that guy.
Yeah.
That's a 9. So that'll get him onto almost anyone, I believe.
Yeah.
No, not them. Not that guy.
Not them. So it's got to be Rouse. Which Rouse, like we talked about last game, kind of has used up his most of his utility by.
Did he also declare a charge onto Gotfret with his combat?
No, I don't believe so.
He could have, right, to take that bounty on a cheeky thing, but no.
I feel like Well, that I mean that's not like his bounty, but to take, but
Dude, that's
like,
not his bounty? Did I
no,
make another caveman
no,
move?
the red bounty token that's on the board there, that is from the gunner, the Wrack gunner that had died earlier.
No, I think that's oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
God, dude, I'm gonna
So
have to
I
tap
mean,
out.
so I think right here is a learning opportunity when you have, like, because you can charge anything with that model safely when there's models that are tied up in combat already, right? Or otherwise cannot fire Overwatch. Those are safe to charge. So when you're in a situation like that, just declaring the charge on all of those models that fit that criteria of they're locked in combat or they can't fire Overwatch or they've already reacted or something like that, you might as well do it just to give yourself a bit more flexibility with where you can put your model on the board.
Yeah, you
Because
stay
say
more
that
open.
model gets into Gotfret, he's closer to the middle of the board, and thus the rest of Micro's team, which is now basically shifted.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I mean, that's all predicated on him surviving against the onslaught that is Gotfret. But I mean, Gotfret does not. I don't think he doesn't really hit as hard as he looks.
Yeah, he doesn't
And
hit
you-
racks
and
as
you
hard as he
are a
hits anything
Wrack
else.
with your 4-up invulns. Yeah, they negate
Yeah.
that -3, that
It
AP3.
tends to come down to a 50-50, which is like, a guy with 2 attacks gets to oftentimes. His main strength is his durability and what he can do if he gets into a blob, which is why it was so necessary for Danger to do that charge preemptively. Because it's like if Micro got into this whole set over here, that would have been a problem for Danger. What do we see in a roll for? Is this an advance? Yep. Okay.
The leader just kind of running up.
We should send a DM to Micro and Danger and tell him, don't worry, guys. Nothing you do can be as much of a caveman move in this game as what Biernid did on cast earlier.
I don't know, that consolidate action last game was pretty shocking, but at least the caveman provided us with great imagery of Rein getting hit with a steel chair.
Yeah, that's the next shirt, right? All of our shirts that are never going to happen, that me and Udsik will talk about, never gonna happen. But a nun getting slapped, Rouse getting destroyed by a chair, and then there's I don't remember. And this is only available to the people on stream, right? Like nobody else would get that reference ever in history. So anybody who's watching, you guys saw it happen. You're part of this moment.
All right, so that Mandrake moves up. He's going to try and get some free shots on the flesh wounded Scion gunner, or even Rein, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so nice to have models that have fallen back and you have guns. It's like, delicious.
13-inch advance from the Klaviex. That's frightening.
That is horrifying for Micro.
We get a hell of a turn 3, guys.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'd be interested to see that hotshot volley gun get back in the fight and just light him up.
Oh, nah. We'll get our hell of a turn early. Yeah.
I would love to see that.
That would be savage.
I mean, I think Micro is still going to hold more this round because, I mean, you're going to see Gotfret destroy this Mandrake, right? Probably. You're going to see Micro kind of hide over here on this side of the board, hold those two objectives. So he's probably going to get hold more. The question is if he can continue to get his secondaries.
Yep. Which, how do you guys think about, like I was saying, the weakness for Micro perhaps being attrition in this game? Do you think that he's getting that this round? He's probably going to get a
it's not attrition, right? It's thin their ranks.
Yeah, it's in the ranks, sorry.
So that's killing 2. If he would have loved attrition last round, he would have gotten that. Thin the ranks is tough though. There's only 8 models. Now there's only 7. It's tough to kill 2 around. Especially when they have 4-up invulns, they're all -1 to hit. Well, the Mandrakes are -1 to hit. With 5-up invulns, the Wrecks have 4-up invulns. It's not easy to get these guys off the board, really.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I think that it's going to get to an injury roll against that Mandrake. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that is looking likely for him. Like, Rouse is not going to get this combat in combat. Oh no, he's just going to give it to him. He's declaring a charge with the Wrack. He's giving up a point, and he's giving within the ranks to
Could
potential
be. He could
within
be.
the ranks to the potential for it at least.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like leaving that point because I don't know.
Same. That's what the racks are good at. Is just I stand. I'm a cheap body that's super durable. I sit here, and I do it better than you.
Yeah, he got a 10 there, so he can't quite cover that bounty.
Yeah.
If Gotfret can kill that Mandrake, he can then consolidate onto that bounty token, perhaps.
Yep. Which is, big.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen because they can base him. They get to fight first.
True. Yeah, we got to remember too, like, these guys have to be tired after that long ass game 1.
That's what
and
I'm
coming
saying,
into here.
man.
So we got some discussion going on the board. I don't know what else there is much to do other than hot shot volley here, heavy, and the sergeant with the chainsword, still kind of deciding their moves. Would be an 8-inch charge for Chainswordy Boy to get into Wrack, and Chainsword Boy actually does not have the greatest chance to kill a Wrack.
No.
He's
Unless
running
he's shooting
on
it with his bolt pistol, apparently. But yeah, in combat with the chainsword.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The way
killing a
he
Wrack
was
with that guy, it's very dicey. You're hitting on 4s with 3 attacks. You're wounding on 4s. They get a 4-up save. It's just like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would be 4s because he is Catachan.
Catachan.
Taking 5s. Yep. But he gets the +1 strength for the subfaction. Caveman number 6 on a roll.
Oh, that one's not so bad. I wouldn't call that caveman.
So we are seeing the charge. That is not going to do it. And knowing Micro, he is our best CP. Yeah, Micro is not going to reroll. I'd bet my bottom dollar. All right. Oh, that's right. We still have Hotshot Volley Gunner Demo, who has yet to declare what he's doing, as well as the leader.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Where he's taking a gander at that Klaviex right there, who is unobscured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to take a look at him and hopefully put him out of his misery before turn 3 rolls around and lets him get going.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put all your resources into killing him. You got to delete the immediate threat.
Absolutely.
I like this Asa factor that I don't think is going to have a shot anywhere. Maybe on that flamer, but I mean, he can just move that guy, right?
Yeah, because he only is there from last turn's move, so he could even probably get out of range and still stay on the point, right? Unless he wants to jump him forward and put him with an advance onto trying to kill Mr. Klaviex too. But Klaviex having a 3-up save makes it hard for just the tough 4, no AP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think leader should scoot onto the point. We would see that. We have Hotshot Volley Gun Demo might peek to put another shot on the guy that the stream probably can't see, depending on how the camera is. I'm not sure what the stream is seeing right now, but
whoa,
there is the Klaviex under the tower there.
Yeah.
that we're all talking about. That is a
Oh
big
yeah,
threat
man,
for next
he
turn.
is gonna get lit up. He's looking at 8 shots right now. That's before they presumably tell the Scion that advance to get back in the fight.
Yep. And then, like I said, I think he's moving that flamer to potentially put stuff on him too.
Yeah, I'd be wary with the flamer because that Ossifactor is looking right at him.
Yeah, and plus it's like the trade-off isn't that worth it, like what he's going to contribute. If he got a 6, okay, but strength 4 versus something with a 3-up save with no AP is just not amazing.
Yeah.
Because I've had lictors like I've just been struggling with to get kills against, like, say, a Marine, and they're 2 damage hitting on 2s, strength 6. It's just that AP 1 isn't enough. So AP 0 and less strength is probably even worse. So
yeah, why? I don't get why he's doing that with the flamer. Just put him back on the objective. You need objectives right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's currently holding nothing. He could just hide him on this back objective. Instead, he's moving him out to get low percentage chance to kill on a model that's already probably going to die without the flamer.
It's
the
overkill.
Klaviex.
It's overkill.
And he's opening himself up to get shot by the Ossifactor.
Mhm.
And I don't think he's going to be able to get onto that objective otherwise.
Yeah. Well, Micro, he might be leaning into redundancy. Like, I know in big 40K, like, you can have something with a lot of shots on it, and rather than like, you'll declare and put like 2 units onto one thing and go for like the guaranteed kill rather than like, I took out a lot, but they're still alive next turn kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I think he's just going to lean into, I really need this dead. I'm making sure that happens right now, which we know he is an old 40K player from back in the day, I think. Isn't he?
Who?
Micro?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say I thought he was, and I think that might be some leftover wisdom perhaps from that, or like the guiding principle.
Yeah, I think Danger can pretty easily hold more this round, assuming that Gotfret whiffs.
Yep. She could, right? We've seen it.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, it was before that flamer moved up. I was like, yeah, okay, well, Micro's probably gonna hold more, but now it's like the door's open for him not to.
Yep. And the thing about it is Gotfret is only ever at a 1 damage injury, so it's going to come to a coin flip. Oof, that was some kind of a whiff. What has he got here? Oh, so that's his Chainsword boy.
Is there even room?
What's he trying to do? He's trying to advance over onto the point, isn't he? Yep. So that's what he's doing. He would actually have 1 more, but he's not going to be able to legally get over and take up that token.
Yeah, he really wanted to pick that. Well, yeah, he couldn't pick up the token even with a better advance because I believe it would put him within an inch.
Yep, he would be making illegal. And so there's not enough room for him to fit, too. They're measuring now. It's only an inch through.
Well, aren't the 25 mils less than an inch?
They're slightly less. It's like you basically count it as an inch usually, but they're just slightly less, yeah. I don't know. I guess he could technically squeeze, but I don't think Micro... maybe he didn't think of that when he was moving this guy down here. But yeah, he can probably get through, actually, because is he on a 25?
Yeah, he should be. The
Yeah, he's
sergeant.
a standard guardsman, right? So yeah, he probably could get through here then. Which might not be bad to do. Contest that point. Although,
I mean, he's going to open himself up to that Ossifactor again.
Yep.
That Ossifactor's shooting something.
Yep.
Didn't have to be that way.
Yeah, what is the range on the Ossifactor again? It
24.
24?
Yeah.
Assault
so
1.
So yeah, the guardsman wasn't in too much danger on that point. It could have just stayed there, I guess.
Yeah, the flamer could have backed up, totally went out of LOS of the Ossifactor, and then the sergeant could have just hung back, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we want to know what keeps Micro up at night, it might be the Klaviex Zealot, because I think, I mean, and rightfully so, he needs that thing gone, right?
Yeah.
That's fair play to him to have done what he's done. And also another point is that the dice have not necessarily been going swimmingly well for him. So maybe that's another reason why he would be pouring so much into that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nightfiend should probably have a flesh wound at least right now.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, this Acothyst, I'm looking at him up here in combat with Rouse. He's going to have 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s because of the poison stuff. But any wound that goes through is going to be 2 damage, and it's going to cut right through his 6-up save. So that's probably going to kill Rouse over there.
Yeah. Yep.
Even considering that weapon is not the most efficient against him. Yep, Acothyst is flesh wounded. That's why I'm saying hitting on 4s. Alrighty.
Did Ryan cut out? Is that what it is?
No.
No.
Okay. I didn't know. Yeah, so he is flesh wounded. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were replying to something I didn't hear. So we got a 4 for... What is this? Shooting?
Yeah, I believe it's a hit roll. And that is a
That would be the
wound roll.
which goes through.
That is a dead guy. Yeah, see, I mean, what is the... I just don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to ask him afterwards. Maybe he had...
Served
That
him up.
could have been a in-between move, perhaps. Sometimes it's like you'll do a move in this turn that doesn't quite complete something that would be available to you next turn.
Yeah, just
Setting up position.
entirely unnecessary. I mean, he could have used that order to make this hotshot volley gun shoot. He could have done plenty of things. It seems like he's really overly tied to using move. I think this is not the first time we've seen him do it in an unnecessary situation. This series so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, here's the flamer. Gets 6 shots. Wounding down 3s. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's some Dangerfro stuff right there. 2 3-ups now.
I would be tilted after that roll.
Oh, fails one.
Fails one. Yep.
Gets a 6-up.
6-up invuln.
Yeah, this is going to be a dead Klaviex in a second.
Oh boy. And then so
The
injury.
Nightfiend leader, does he have a shot? No, it was just 1 damage off of his 2 wounds.
So he's down to 1 wound. That's right.
Yeah, but now he's going to get shot by 8 hotshot volley gun shots. So
Oh man. Danger's like, not if I can help it. Coming in with this Mandrake here. 2 shots. He would be hitting on 3s, I think. That would be 1 hit, I believe.
maybe 4s. I think he advanced, right?
Oh, or long range, possibly. It might be
Just
more
all
than
of it. All right, first hotshot volley gun. This is the heavy into Mr. Klaviex. So this is going to be hitting on 3s with 4 shots and wounding on 3s at AP2.
Yep. This is going to be nasty.
Now he's going to use Swift and Deadly Reflexes. Or Lightning Fast Reactions,
Okay.
rather.
So another -1 to hit. Oh, but there's
2
micro.
6s.
2 6s. And then
on
wounding
3s.
on 3s. It's
AP2.
1. AP2. So 5 up for this Klavex's last wound.
Yeah. Could get it.
Nope.
Doesn't get it. 6 up
4,
now.
5, 6 to kill.
Doesn't get it. This is an injury. Going out on a 4.
Here we go.
Gets him. That Klaviex, that's huge.
That is massive.
Big for the effort. You know, this is he's gonna need that. Guy dead for forever. That would have been a major issue next round.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that was the right play to point your guns over there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Other hot shot.
He has a shot. I don't know what he does.
He does.
He's in the shadow of the crate.
I think he has a shot. You can see the Mandrake's arms.
Okay.
It's going to be hitting on 6s, but it's there's 1, and this is the demo, so this wound's on a 2.
Yep. 2 up.
Here comes the 1. Oh, there's the 3. 5 up.
5 up. Doesn't get it.
Does not
6
get
up.
it. Knew it. I had a feeling.
Knew it, dude. Oh man.
That would have been nice.
It's like so up and down, right? It's like It reminds me of like the meme or whatever, somebody laughing on one side of the face and crying on the other. Like, this is just so manic, this game, dude.
So now I think we're going to the fight phase. Is there any shots that we're missing? I don't think so. So right now, Danger is holding 1, contesting 1. He's about to, now he's holding 2. So this is the situation that, like, just you can put the flamer back on that objective and everything's probably fine,
Don't
right?
worry about it. Yeah.
So, like, prevent it is what you're saying, like, just by not putting the flamer there.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't be in that
I don't
situation.
think he. Yeah, I don't think he would have. I guess he did end up needing it. Well, no, he didn't because the demo didn't even get to shoot.
So that's 3 hits against Gotfret.
1
On
wound.
3s, yeah, or on 3s, yeah.
Yeah, he saves it.
Saves it. So he gets to go with the second boy, who I don't expect to do any better because it's just a rack. The Mandrake was the one you were hoping for there. All right, so Acothyst combat into Rouse. This does present a threat for our little rat boy.
Hitting on 4s because of the flesh wound, but wounding on 4s. He only needs 1 wound to go through.
Yep.
So I see a dead ratling here.
Yeah, because it's multiple damage here.
2 hits.
2 hits.
So,
wounds on 4. Should be 1 on math.
yeah. He could whiff here, though. It's possible. Nope. Gets
Nope.
1. That's
No
2
save,
damage. Right? Yeah, no save.
Direct through, 2d6 to kill. Looking for a 3 or a 4.
Doesn't get it.
Oh, and no
Wow.
reroll either. Whoa, big.
Wow.
That is a flesh wounded Rouse.
Now watch
Yeah.
Flesh Wounded Rouse nuke this rack.
Oh
The way this game's been going. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
Rouse
game's
has the
like, out of
brass knuckles.
nowhere. Yeah. Pulls out a lead pipe.
The Wrack, it's 2
Oh
hits.
my God.
Wrack doesn't even have enough attacks to kill Gotfret, even if he hit on everything. And he
Okay.
saves the 1 wound.
All right.
Alrighty.
I got so excited there because I thought it was Rouse hitting back. Sorry, everybody.
So he's
wow.
just, I think he's putting everything in the Mandrake. I really like this because you probably
Yes.
kill him, 5 attacks, and then you get to pile onto that bounty.
Yep.
Well, I guess you're gonna create a bounty by doing that, but
And then by increasing the likelihood of you killing 1 model, you're going to be contesting that point.
oh, he's splitting. He is splitting.
Oh,
So
okay.
he gets 2 hits onto the Mandrake. Wounding on 3s. Gets only 1.
1. 5 up, 6 up. Gate in the way. Fails that. 6. Can he make a 6? Oh my God.
Man,
Dude,
I've
Danger is
noticed
nailing these FNPs tonight.
every single time he goes to wound a Mandrake, no matter how many hits he got through, he only gets 1 wound through.
That is 3 hits on the rack.
Wounds on 4s. Again, only 1 wound. This is on a rack this time,
Jeez.
though.
Yep. So 4
This is why you don't like splitting. He gets
Yeah.
kills it. Oh no,
man.
that did not go Micro's way.
No.
This is
No.
why I was saying just put
No.
everything onto 1 guy. Man.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
So no thin there. This is why. Okay, thin the ranks was a bad choice, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Scout
Yeah.
the field would have been much better for Micro.
We think of that.
I do think
He's
so.
got the movement for that.
Or recon sweep.
Plus, he always starts Rouse in reserve, right?
Yeah.
So that's
He could have
another-
moved. Like
that's a
he could
corner
have.
you're not in.
Especially with the way that Dangerfro had set up all his models, like this entire quarter of the board back here is there's no opposition to just him plug walking his guardsman with the flamer onto the point,
Yeah, he could have just
and then
pulled
just
him back.
jumping
Yeah.
bodies onto these 2 objectives in the back there.
Yeah, 100% did not need the flamer to
To
kill
move
the
that flamer.
the Klaviex. Yeah.
No.
So what are we at? We're at a tied game, 5-5.
Looks
And
like
round
it.
2. Holy crap!
Jeez.
Gotta
We got
remember though,
ourselves
there's quite a few bounties sitting on the board, so those are
That's
probably
right.
going to come into play.
Yeah. Micro.
And
has-
I mean, honestly, the Acothyst not killing Rouse is massive.
Yeah.
True.
Whoa, what is hhappening?
What are we doing here? Something just.
Oh, they're doing nerve tests. They forgot to
Oh,
check
that's
for
right.
those.
Okay.
I
So
don't
is anybody at a break?
No, but the Scion can't fail. Rouse can fail.
Yeah.
Only on a 6 though, right?
Yeah, the hot shot's got a buddy in range.
He's fine.
He's okay. Yeah. Okay, so now it goes to scoring. That would be hold 1, hold more for danger, and then just hold 1 for micro. Which, yeah, that's what we're seeing on the board. All right. So 5-5 going into game 2, round 3.
Yep.
3 CP for micro on the board. He had 1 remaining.
Yeah. Despite the whiff, I do think the board state is better for micro here.
Yeah.
When he wins initiative, that's huge.
He gets initiative. That's, yep.
I think Danger wants to decisive move, I bet.
So what does he do with the decisive, in your opinion?
Keeps Rouse locked down,
Uh-huh.
maybe. Don't let him fall back. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, that could be a thing, because that's your kill, right?
Yeah.
For this round, for the kill 1. Yeah. What I'd worry about is potentially somebody charging in and locking up somebody to keep him in with Gotfret. Potentially. But I don't know what's around here that would do that, and I don't know that that's the most pressing issue. There might be something else that needs the attention earlier. Yep. So that's what he's going to do.
He's
gonna
charging. Okay.
He's going to keep these locked in with Gotfret.
Do you think now it would have been potentially more interesting to see Gotfret fall back and then the Flamer to ready? Because that way they can't stay on the objective without getting flamed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been an interesting play.
Because right now, I mean,
you would have shot first with your Flamer.
Yeah. Because right now, I mean, Gotfret's probably not going to kill both of them, and whoever lives has a pretty good chance of killing the Flamer that just charged.
Yeah, that's something to worry about, because it's like giving a kill 1, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Micro will have initiative. He does have the charger there. Depends on how he does this. Like, maybe because of Prophets of Flesh, I think you go into the Mandrake, even with the -1 to hit. You know, because it's like a 5-up invuln in tough 3 versus 4-up invuln in tough 4. You're going to go with, hopefully, what's weaker and go with the Mandrake.
I agree.
So like what you were saying, Shane, the last one, maybe you put everything on that Mandrake.
Yeah. That's what I think he should have done. If he's stuck in combat with the Wrack next turn, it's whatever. Because, I mean, you can then just lock him up with the Flamer, and then that's not nearly as scary.
Yeah. A lot of times it's time to split shots anyway when you're behind, you know, because it's like you got to catch up. But it's a weird, you know, state of the board where there hasn't really been a lot of reason for either player to gamble here. Like at the end of the round 1, was Micro up? Let me look
It was like 3-1, I believe.
Yeah, so it was weird. You know, Micro did gamble a little bit in that last round, which is interesting. You know, usually you gamble if you're behind and you play safe if you're ahead.
So Micro did not get engaged on all fronts last turn. And you know why that is? It's because he moved that Flamer up here instead of keeping him over here. So there was like multiple reasons as to why I think that was not a great move.
Wouldn't that Flamer still be giving it to him?
Well, no, the Flamer's dead.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I was saying he should have kept him back here, held the objective, but instead he moved him up here. Well, no, the Flamer's not dead. The Flamer charged, but the Flamer, he went up here.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't fully in the quadrant. And then the Chainsword died. But the Chainsword moved over here. I mean, he only got a 1-inch advance, so I don't think he could have gotten down here anyway.
It was a Chainsword. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he finally is moving somebody down to that quadrant. It's his leader.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll. No, he's.
Oh, he's reconsidering. Okay. He's just going.
Maybe he'll. Yeah. Maybe this turn he'll give an order other than move.
What would you give here? I guess we don't know yet, right? Because we haven't seen the board state.
Right. Yeah. Reroll 1s to hit for the heavy over here. Potentially.
Yeah.
Depends on the board state after Danger moves. I think he's thinking about having the Guardsman gunner fix bayonets.
Yeah, it's not going to be amazing. It's going to be one attack hit on a 5.
I mean, I guess I would let him pile in over here onto this rack, and then pick
Take
up a bounty.
Bounty, yeah.
And
But
then
the way
after that point, the
to lock
Mandrake.
him in, he's equidistant, kind of.
Yeah, so which means that he could choose, right?
No, the way I always understood it, and I think people fudge it that way, but the way I understood it is that you cannot move, which was supported, I think, by the thing about like closing doors and things like that in Arena. If you cannot move towards the closest enemy model, you don't get to move. I don't think you get to choose because it doesn't say anything about choose. It's about move to the closest enemy model. I could be wrong on that, but that's how
the
I
way
was.
I've always seen it is if you're equidistant, you get to go towards either one.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yep, but the rules as written, you must end this move closer to the nearest enemy model. So if there is no nearest enemy model, you do not get to move, which was clarified through the Nova thing. It's like supported by the Nova FAQ thing for Arena, and then I believe the FAQ from GW about doors and walls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's how Micro's going to play it.
That's kind of how he's
I've
going to
seen
play
him
it. Like,
And,
yeah.
and even if he had that understanding and that was how it was ruled, I mean, he would have obviously just made it so that the rack was like 0.1 closer.
Sure.
Um,
Because he's not at the point where he has to be like to lock those up where it's like, oh, I'm 0.9 here and 0.9 there or whatever. Like
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
sometimes when they're far enough away and you're trying to lock up 2, it's like, oh my God, you're exactly bang on 1 and 1. But I think that isn't the case here. I think he had some wiggle.
he is advancing Rein. That is interesting. Up on the thing. I don't know why. Like, I think he's too far away to tell him to shoot after advancing.
From the leader, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know what the point of that move is.
So as Danger, are you running one of these guys back to take this objective that he started on with that big mob?
I mean,
He's got 2 boys here, Nightfiend and the other, the Rat Gunner.
yeah, I think you should. You're hoping to hold this middle objective still. I don't think you will, but you're hoping. And if you do, then you're getting hold more. And that's the difference. Now that Micro has finally put bodies on that bottom left objective.
Yeah. So tested here. The more would be decided here unless what's his name? Danger gets over to this side.
So we're gonna see a fallback here from Rouse. That's a no-brainer. So the Acothyst, Acothyst is stuck sitting out there. Mandrake's certainly going to try to charge him still, but it's a little farther away now. I guess it's probably at least like maybe a 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if he fails it, he gets stuck out in the open for Rein to take an order and shoot at him. I think he puts like this Mandrake back on this point. Rack Gunner moves up to do something, and then maybe Nightfiend back over. I don't know. No, Nightfiend can't move because he's kind of safe where he's at right now from shooting.
Yeah.
Take a look.
So it would actually be, I think, an 8-inch charge.
Has Micro only lost 1 model?
Yeah.
I'm seeing so many things on the board.
It's just that sergeant that walked out into the middle and got his head blown off.
So he still has all 3 hot shots.
Yeah.
Pedaling around somewhere. Yep. I got 1 in the back here. 1 mid board. Oh, and then that's where the other one is. It's flesh wounded hiding near the tower. Yeah, man, that's a rough thing to be that Wrack or that Acothyst combat. Although the Scion hotshot volley gun with the flesh wound is going to take a -1 to hit for moving. This ended up being pretty close.
Yeah.
Because there's some important models went out for Danger. That's a problem. Because it's like, what are some of the heavy hitters here? We've got the Acothyst that might not get to do anything this round. We've got the Klaviex who's out of action. But Micro's heavy hitters, Gotfret and the 3 hotshot volleys are still here. He's still got Rein and Rouse who can take out any of these Mandrakes.
Yeah.
So board state, I think right now favors Micro.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think?
What does the chat think?
Tell us, chat.
So I wonder if he just falls back kind of forward with the Acothyst combat to try and get an up and atom play.
Oh, that would be nice, huh? Yeah.
Could be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, if he could survive like the hot shots and things like that, Rein and Rouse. He could fall just like an inch away from Rouse and then get up and at him. Dude, that would be a sick play.
Yeah. We need to have to survive the hot shot.
Yep.
But
It's already got a push wind.
Yeah. Okay, I should probably have to survive 2 hot shots, honestly, with this demo up here. So he is moving that Acothyst forward, trying to obscure him, but I don't think that this flush-winded hotshot volley gun, I don't think he's obscured from him.
No.
I think he's got a clear shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1-inch bubble keeping him out isn't going to let him get close enough for that side panel of the tower to give him denial.
Yeah. Interesting.
Just gonna pop in since we have a little bit of dead time here while they're making some of these measurements and figuring out exactly what they want to do. A reminder to everybody that the winner of this does qualify themselves for the Zenith 2020 ELO Tabletop Simulator Tournament. That is the tournament brought to you by Command Point and Data Team that will take the year's worth of top players basically that we have since we started playing on Tabletop Simulator and we started the ELO system. Take the winners of the 4 events, including this one and the Worldwide Open, which is still going to happen. So any of you out there who want to try to get involved, get to the Discord, Command Point, and throw your hat into the ring, get involved. We have another tournament coming up, which is the Nova format, going to be 100 points again. Winner of that will automatically qualify. Also, if you just want to learn something, if you want to start playing some games, we have people from all over the world. It's really awesome community. On top of that, as I mentioned, Zenith will have the 4 winners. Then the next 8 players in the ELO rankings, and then the next 8 after that we'll have a play-in tournament where the top 4 will get the last 4 slots of Zenith. That will be sometime, I want to say like February-ish of next year. Not 100% sure on that, don't quote me, but you still have plenty of time if you want to get in, start rolling dice, and get involved in the community to possibly qualify for that either through Worldwide Open or through the rankings themselves. A lot of those people in the top, well, I won't say a lot, but a handful of those people in the top haven't played games in a few months. So we do have some spots that could be overtaken if you get onto the spot. I know we had a few people who did really well in this tournament who jumped up in the rankings and are already in that top grouping. So get out there, play some games, and yeah, look forward to more information about the Zenith tournament coming sometime in the next few months.
Yep, 100%. Excited for it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have think that during that entire speech, Danger would have figured out what to do with his Acothyst, but alas, we're still here. He's got a new idea now. He's got him obscured.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's within 4 of Rein or Rouse rather. I think he is, so he could do that up and Adam play. He would be unobscured though to the demo, which I guess is who you want to be unobscured to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to pick one.
Yeah, no sense in
Yeah.
giving them their buff, right?
Yeah. Still 8 shots hitting on 3s, and I guess this guy would be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, and this guy would be hitting on 5s, wounding on 4s. So
Yeah, man.
and I think the heavy might have a shot on him as well. I believe he is obscured from the heavy over here. Now we're looking at a charge from one of these mandrakes here. That's like a 9 or a 10 actually, and he sure got it. Oh my lord!
Woo!
Dear man, that is a lot of movement.
Yeah, this has been an interesting little pairing here. The dice, man.
Now, okay, he's just going to ready that Mandrake right there.
I'm going to try to advance and see if I could get him on that point, maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't seem interested in taking that point.
Yeah, because now you kind of did what you were trying to do in the beginning. You broke through the line. Now it's kind of like, okay, this is pretty open here. I'm just going to gobble this little point up.
Yeah, because the issue initially is you can't sit on this point safely.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you can.
Right.
And he decides not to. That's why you want to break through that line, is to open up this whole part of the board and create a lot more safe spots for your team. And he's not really utilizing the safe spots.
No, and that's the thing, is like you fought so hard to get that and put so much into that. It's like, blood and treasure and whatever into getting that. It's like, go back now and get it, kind of.
Yeah. And is this Ossifactor? What is the Ossifactor going to shoot at? Looks like the heavy hotshot volley gun over there that is obscured, maybe even long range.
Yeah. And so that hotshot volley won't be taking any penalties to shoot him, probably. Well, he might, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe
long range.
Yeah.
I think he is obscured just because of this this rack right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to zoom in and see. No, man,
His
it
beat
looks
stick.
I have everything. Let me go look from this side.
I think this rack's beat stick is in the way.
Oh, yep, you're right. That's what it is. So he won't take
he's using
obscured.
He's using an order that is not move, move, move.
Let's see it. What is it?
Bring it down, which I believe is reroll wound rolls of 1.
Yeah, reroll 1s to wound. Not a bad order in this position, right? Because we were just talking about that there are some modifications negatively for him to take out this Wrack Gunner. Which is really big if he can get this guy off the point. That's why I really would have liked to see Danger having some redundancy on the objective markers. You don't got to hold them all, but damn it, you got to hold enough to win you the game.
Yeah. Oh, so he's using get down on the heavy, or no, the flesh wounded hotshot volley gun. So I believe this Mandrake might be hitting on 6s now for long range, obscured, and then the additional -1 for bring it down.
Yeah.
Let's see what he gets. He's looking for a 6, I believe.
He got one.
Yeah. Always. Wounds on a 3. Gets at AP 1. So he needs a 5 up now. Doesn't get it.
Emblem, just 5 up save. Yep.
Now, how bad does he want to keep this guy alive? I mean, he's obscured, but he's got a flesh wound, so he's going out on a 4.
Yeah, the worst he can make it is a 5 with his tactic. And he nails it.
He gets him. Wow, that was so unlikely.
Yeah.
And that was it was not a specialist. Okay.
No, that was the regular hotshot volley.
Yeah, the flesh wounded one. Okay. All right, so we're going to see some revenge shots here.
Yeah. So this is 4 shots hitting on I think 5s.
Yeah.
Long range obscured.
So for Micro, that'll be 6 hits. Even though it's only 4 dice and hits on 5. Don't know how he does it, but he nails these clutch moments here. Let's see those 6s and 5s. So he only gets 1, but he's going to nail 2 more for the wound.
Wounds on a 4.
Gets it.
Wounds. All
4
right. Doesn't get
Ooh,
it. Will he reroll?
For sure, no
He
hesitation.
does, yeah. Fails the reroll. Now he gets a 6 up though.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't get it.
Okay,
This
so
is out on a 4.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe he's obscured by that thing at all.
Yep,
4.
got him.
Yeah,
And
that should do it.
That's big. Yeah, so he didn't cover that point.
What? Are they calling that within an inch of obscure? I don't think he is. No way.
Uh,
I don't think his hand is
Where?
obscured by the crate over there. I think he's obscured by the rack. I'm surprised Micro isn't kind of contesting that more.
No, because if you zoom way in, you look at him, he's obscured by the axe, and it's like covering his torso down to his crotch type area, up to his shoulder even. But the model's hand is not in the box, which I've seen people do. If you look at these boxes close, there's little cutouts in them, and I've seen people like tuck bits in there, but that is not the case.
That hand is not covered.
No, so that rack is out of action.
He should be.
According to us, but apparently,
they're both looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're zooming way in, and him and Han over it. I think it's out.
I think Danger very quickly put a flesh wound token down, and now they're having that discussion.
Mm-hmm. So I think they're just going to call it and move on.
They might. I think
I guess so.
They're drawing line of sight from the leader. That's what they're doing now.
The Asa factor is probably hitting on like a 5 or 6. Doesn't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that ruling. That's
not
sus. Sure about that. All right, Demo. He's putting 4 shots into the Acothyst now.
Yep.
It's just about all he can see, I think.
Here comes 5 6s. Oh, gets it.
Must have been long range, I guess. It's 2 wounds.
Wow. Look at that.
2 4-ups.
Nails them both. Whoa.
This guy's dice just don't quit. All right. I think that's it, right? So we are looking at the fight phase now, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
There's no decisive strike option for Danger because he's down to a CP after that reroll. So the Flamer is going to swing into the Mandrake. So it's one swing on a 5. Did he get it? No, I don't think he did. He hasn't rolled yet.
Coming right back in. Let's see.
So, I mean, I think the play here is to swing into the Mandrake and then pile into the rack out of 1 inch of the Mandrake. And then you get to fight first with non-charger, so then you have Gotfret base the Mandrake so that the Mandrake can't... Oh, and he hits on a 6.
He hit.
And this wound's on a 3 because of Catachan.
Yep.
And he gets it too.
No.
I think, do you re-roll that?
I mean...
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Wounded on a 3.
Yeah. Let's see.
He is doing it. Yeah, he's tack reroll looking for a 3 here.
Oh,
no,
it's another 2. Dude, this is the thing.
He's taking it, and he is consolidating in to pick up that bounty, getting in on the rack, and getting outside an inch of the Mandrake, or not.
That's what he should do.
Or not.
No, he's going to do that.
They might be arguing the point I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, they're both 0.6 away.
Yeah.
So actually, the rack.
It looks like they're both 0.6.
Yeah, so he's gone over there.
He's got to take it. Okay. So that'll put us up 6-5 before any other score counts are scored.
Man,
base to base with the Wrack.
Not getting a 3 on 2 dice is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
He could have gone a little farther away and still picked up the bounty and been on the point. Now what he has to do with Gotfret is base the Mandrake so that the Mandrake can't then get onto the Guardsman.
Yes.
But first we have oh my goodness.
Whoa.
That's the Acothyst.
That's
just
the
totally
biggest
whiffed. Or no, that wasn't the
biggest
Acothyst.
whiff.
Who was that just swung?
That was the Nightfiend into Rouse, I believe. Nightfiend into Rouse.
Okay. Injury.
Oh, but he hits on 2s. That's right, because it's round 3.
Yeah, so it in fact was not a whiff.
Yeah, so he got him.
So he picks up that bounty now.
For sure.
This game feels... I feel like it should be going better for Micro than it is. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on exactly what's happening.
Tied for the time being until everything's tallied up.
Yeah, I don't know. Just weird plays from Micro occasionally, I think is making this a little closer than it should be.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Gotfret on this point here.
Yeah, remember some of this stuff for the post-game chat so that we can ask about the
for sure
choices.
Okay, let's see. Is he going to base that guy? Well, not yet. Is he still splitting? This guy's sitting on 5s.
He's still splitting.
He doesn't get a single hit. Yeah, he totally whiffed against the Mandrake. He's splitting again. I don't get this. 1 hit on the Wrack. 1 wound. Wrack gets a 4-up. Of course.
Yeah, I don't...
Stop splitting. Stop splitting your attacks.
There's no reason. There's no reason to be doing that. Just kill 1. Just put them all into 1. You're going to kill 1. You got 2 bodies on the point. It's your point. You literally do not have to split your attacks, man.
Another thing that he could have done is pile in closer to the Mandrake, outside of 1 inch of the Wrack, put all attacks into the Mandrake, so that way if you kill him, you're now freed up and you're no longer in combat. It's just very needless to go into that Wrack, to put anything into him.
Yeah, or you can get the bounty token and stuff if you came to the side of him.
Yeah.
So what do we see in attack here? Looks like
Wrack gets 1 hit. Doesn't win.
Nothing.
Total slap fight in the middle. Now that Mandrake has to swing on the Gotfret, so 3 attacks hitting on 2s. Gets 3. Wounding on 3s. Gets 1. 3 up. Gets it.
Yeah.
So, okay. Looking at the positionals, yeah, Micro is never going to get thin their ranks. It's way too hard. But he is going to get engage here, I believe.
Yep. He's got Gotfret in 1 table edge. Or excuse me, in 1 quarter. Yeah. Also,
he's going to get
Yeah, Rein and Gotfret are getting it. Even though they look central, they're enough to the left of the board to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that Guardsman Flamer.
Did Micro kill anything this round? No, he didn't. Yeah, so it's going to be hold more for Micro. It shouldn't be. I mean, I think you should see danger of moving models down here, but he's not.
Mm-hmm. So that was, what was that?
Nerve test for something that passed. 2 dead Drukhari models.
Holy crap. We might get a game 3, fellas.
Somebody got thin their ranks. There we go. It was danger. Micro is never going to get thin their ranks, I'm telling you. I don't think he's going to get it next round. I mean, he wants to get 2 kills per round. He's gotten 2 kills the whole game, and it's we're going into round 4.
Yeah, and there's not going to be anything that's going to charge and keep these guys in. So
yeah.
What was his final secondary? Oh no, okay, duh. I see it. Yeah. Yeah. Attrition attrition wasn't an option this game?
No, it was not. It was what I would have taken was either recon or scout the field.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how open this backfield has been all game.
Yep.
Scout the field also could have been doable. A little difficult, but you know.
Yeah.
These guys have to be getting tired after all this. These have been
So a
long.
7 and a 5. So Micro's going to go first. I think he definitely likes that. I still don't understand why he moved Rein up on this tower.
Yeah.
Probably for engage. I don't know if he needed to be up on the tower to do that. But
He didn't even need Rein to do that because, I mean, I get it's a little bit of insurance because the Guardsman Flamer might die.
yeah,
But yeah, it seemed weird. Could have just moved him like over here and then gotten a shot, maybe. There was a hotshot volley gun right there, so I don't know.
yeah. But now I think a Mandrake or the Nightfiend leader is probably going to charge Rein. I would expect. And then Acothyst can just pile in onto here. He can charge that Flamer, fall back with everybody else, and deny Gotfret swings, but be in on the Flamer. Potentially. Unless he flips and then up and at him lets Gotfret come in for attacks.
Yeah, I really think he should be putting all effort into killing the Mandrake in combat here, ignoring this Wrack. The Wrack is so bad; it's useless. it is begging you to hit it.
If he keeps splitting his attacks, I'm gonna mute my mic and I'm just gonna scream.
No, I don't think he's going to get to this time. I think he's going to charge in the combat into the Flamer, fall back with the Wrack and the Mandrake.
Well, Micro gets to move first, so unless Danger decisives, that's probably not going to be an option.
Okay. That would be even better, right? Because then you could just fall back. And because if he falls back with the Flamer doesn't get to shoot anyway, so it kind of does the cycle charge job for you, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you can move over and get that bounty with your Acothyst.
Chat, this is game 2, top of round 4.
Danger actually has a lead in this game. It doesn't feel like it, but he does.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, like with some careful play, I mean, it's worth noting that I think that Micro can just totally deny any kills this round. I think it would be not that difficult to avoid that.
Yeah.
And just get hold more. I don't know though. It's tricky. I mean, I feel like every single armor save he's needed to make with a Mandrake, he's made it. Though, to be fair, it's pretty crazy.
Just checking in with the chat here. Yes, everybody, we are doing all the games today. That could, as things currently stand, go to a third game because this is a best of 3. We did have the first game taken by Micro, so Danger would need the next 2 games solid back to back to take this one. And this is for all the beans of the Transatlantic Open tournament. A few months of games, prepping, everything coming down to this right now.
For all the beans.
All them there beans. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
We are in no way endorsed by or associated with Bush's Baked Beans.
Yeah, my 90s commercial viewing is showing. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
So he's falling back with the Guardsman.
Yep.
Okay.
Which now he is giving the cycle charge job up, basically. So Danger can just fall back with the Mandrake on the point, and the Mandrake on the point take that bounty and stuff an Acothyst combat on here and have no skin in the game, take this point away. And then I think if I was him, I would just like run onto this objective or something. Or take this Mandrake, put him on the objective, try to rack
How do-
gunner,
yeah.
get something else. Just
How do we
go
feel
position
about-
all this round.
Yeah, how do we feel about Gotfret potentially falling back, picking up this bounty, and kind of body blocking this area from the Acothyst combat?
Yeah, definitely a thing. Yep, definitely a
be-
thing.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think Danger, you know, if you're able to hear my psychic thoughts, Dangerfro, you want to get that bounty, have your guys on this point, not be in combat with Gotfret, and get a guy to that objective where you started your big blob. Actually, there is an order for the Guardsman to still shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you can't just fall back, no worries, onto that point, really.
Yeah. And then
And even if you do, I mean, there's still 2 hotshot volley guns pointed. It's a tough spot. There's Rein, who knows what he's going to end up doing.
Yeah.
Just going to shimmy
So
over.
maybe you stay in combat and hope he splits again.
Maybe, yeah.
oh god.
Oh my god! They're just if he just killed this Mandrake like 2 turns ago.
I know. Oh my god. It's driving me nuts.
It's like it's a bounty. It's a kill.
It's a bounty. It's a kill. It's a point.
Yeah.
So it's literally.
To be fair, he's
points.
already been getting hold more, but like he already got hold more last round. But round 2, he could have gotten it.
Yeah.
Well, no, round 2 it was
It would have been contested.
It would have denied hold more from Dangerfro, who got
Correct.
it.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the board is like in a very stalematey kind of place, right?
Yeah.
Like Danger, I don't see him getting over to mess with these objectives held by Micro. Which means it's going to be this section here, probably, that decides stuff. So what you could do... never mind. Damn.
Do we have protocol for if this goes to a total tie?
Oh,
total
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we do. Tim, I know you're listening. Get on that. We've totally
Tim
got
rolled
this
the dice.
planned out, Tim. This is your job.
I think it would be points differential, right? You're talking about game to game?
No. I'm talking about in the game.
Oh, in the game. So
It's a best of 3.
Oh,
so.
That's right, because Ibericon does allow just a flat out tie.
Yeah,
So
if they tie in the first tiebreaker and if they tie in the second tiebreaker, then there's just nothing else.
Yep, I experienced that the first time playing Kill Team with Alec in this tournament. It was the first time I've ever experienced that. We had an actual legitimate tie, tied on the tiebreakers, tied in the game.
You just
So
have them
this
play
guy-
games until somebody wins a second game.
We go to overtime.
Oh.
Wow, we go to overtime. So you're seeing a advance.
That'd be interesting if we just create a round 5. Obviously, that's not what's happening here. But suddenly there's a round 5, and it's like the primary cap goes up by 3. Let them fight.
Yeah, man. I'm down for that. So,
Or we could just let them both into Zenith. Be like, you guys
there
did
can
it.
only be one. Well, I
Yep.
mean, actually, like judging by their scores, they probably will both get in, right?
Yeah, I think these guys are both in anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, you could overtake them because, like, I've dropped a few slots. I haven't been
I mean,
playing.
really, it's
Other people have been going up.
if more people keep playing ranked, then people could overtake them, and
I like where chat's head is at. They say high noon shootout with 1 model each. I like where your head's at, chat.
That's like the Orctagon at LVO.
Exactly.
And it's SoCal Open. Shout out to the Orctagon. That guy's awesome.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I am a 2-time veteran.
Oh yeah, I got a pocket. I won a pocket watch at SCO, and then I won my my seal, my Imperial seal at LVO.
Yeah,
You
bro.
want a pocket watch?
Yeah, he made up some pocket watches. Some of them were orcs, some of them were admech. I ended up giving it to a friend of, or no, I got the orc one, and I gave it to a friend of mine who plays orcs. Yeah, and then I got an Imperial seal magnet at LVO. He was giving away prizes. He only had so many pocket watches. You had to get there early at SCO, but
Yeah, I got a purity seal, and he was giving out shot glasses that looked like bolter shells.
Oh, that's dope.
I think that was just for glass, wasn't it?
No, it was for like the first couple people.
Gotcha.
He did one for
I
glass, and I
need
think
those.
Alex T got one. Yeah, I got a
need
purity seal.
those. Oh my god.
My Lictor Malakangas is a 2-time champion of the Octagon. Good old Malakangas.
I think the first time I did it, I took a stealth suit with a fusion gun and just melted his orc. It was a lucky 50-50. Yeah.
That's funny.
What is happening?
Yeah, seriously. What is going on?
This is taking far too long.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Some careful measurements though. I mean, this is round 4, game 2. This is game point here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all coming down to this. They're going to be checking and rechecking and thinking. Man, you got to get a guy over on that point, Danger.
Danger's going to pick up a bounty this round. He's going to get recon sweep, so that takes him to 11.
Yeah.
Right now, Micro's looking at.
No, that would be 12. That would be 12 because he's already.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because
If he can keep things how it is, he wins. Like, just maintain the status quo, keep a tie.
No.
Mm-hmm.
What's nice for Micro is he has guns pointed in good spots right now.
He really does. Like, this half of the board is just impenetrable right now. For where Danger is positioned and how long it would take to get over and affect what he has going on over here, it's just not going to happen.
So imagine if Gotfret fell back, just like covering this blue bounty token, just on top of it.
Yeah, just end his move on it. Just be like, nope, I'm big.
That could be really interesting. I mean, when you look at it as a point that Danger will get, that takes him down 1. I mean,
yeah,
because he's going to get recon sweep. I don't think there's any way to prevent that at this point.
No, I think you just go Mama Hen Gotfret and just park on there, try and let your guys shoot or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like Micro. I think Micro's not doing that. I don't know. Looks like Danger's already started his movement. So, granted, he hasn't moved anything yet, unless maybe that.
Oh, he's charging.
Nightfiend leader.
I thought he was just going to go on to it.
Who is he charging?
Gotfret? He's charging the Flamer and Gotfret and this sniper Rein.
None of which can shoot Overwatch. So.
Yeah, but it's going to be a long charge. And really, you don't want to give Gotfret more stuff. Because Gotfret can get lucky.
An 8. Does that do it?
It'll get him into Gotfret.
Yeah. I don't know about on the point with Gotfret, but it will definitely get him into Gotfret in some capacity.
Yeah. Damn, I would have just moved on to that point. I guess he's denying shooting there. The guy already does have a flesh wound, but it's like you're putting a flesh wounded guy into Gotfret.
Yeah.
And you're not getting the bounty. That was the main thing. Just have more bodies.
Well, he could just get the bounty with the Wrack, fall back.
Yeah, true. But then it's like, what, are you staying in with that Mandrake? Holy crap. Maybe he could fall back with the Mandrake onto that objective. But I think you want more bodies on that centerpiece. Thank you. Yes, Danger. Oh, he made me happy.
So there is something worth noting.
Oh, he's
I
moving
believe
away.
right here. So right here where he put that guy, I think that's out of the deployment zone. Which means if Micro kills this Nightfiend over here with, say, this heavy,
Yep.
that's no recon sweep.
Yep, you're 100% right, because there was only like the very corner of that objective marker that you could deploy on. You could fit like a guy on there. So he is out of the DZ. It's all coming down to the Nightfiend leader to hold that point. Unless he falls
And,
back
yeah.
with Wrack.
And you know, actually, this demo up here also has a shot on him. Barely. He can see his hand through the scaffolding from like his elbow.
Let me look.
Like if you go into like his elbow on the furthest, like closest to the over here, you can see his hand through the scaffolding.
I'm trying to look.
It's hard to see, but
Yeah, that might
it is
be like
there.
an edge case where they don't, they might call it no. I guess it's like right on the line, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the hand.
You can see it. In fact, you got a little bit of, looks like a tiny bit of the dress that the Mandrakes wear too, just like slightly.
It's a kilt, Byrnid.
Yes.
It's at least skirt.
It's a man dress. Mandrake. Man.
It's a kimono.
Yeah, that's probably the right word, kimono. That's probably the right fucking word.
So yeah,
Right.
there goes that rack on the point, picking up that bounty.
Parachute pants, actually,
Yeah.
that the Mandrakes are wearing.
Yeah.
So that's a point. That puts it 9 to 11.
Hmm.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Wrack is going to get lit up. I have a feeling Guardsman Flamer is going to take the order to shoot.
I don't know how he is going to get any bounties outside of Gotfret. I mean, maybe if he lets Rein shoot and Rein kills this Wrack, then Rein can walk over and pick up that bounty. That would be like one of his only outs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can imagine.
What do we got going on in chat? What you guys doing? Hey, Tom La Rochelle. I see him in chat talking. Tom.
Okay. So this Mandrake is using Cruel Deception. Is he trying to stay on the point over here, maybe on the opposite side? Yeah, okay, he is.
Still shoot. Yep. So he's going to come over there. He's going to be on that point. Problem is, hot shot volley gun heavy is going to split on both of these, probably. Potentially light him up.
Yeah. Or do you go for the Nightfiend over here to deny recon sweep?
Yeah. I don't know. You got the demo hot shot volley gun that has eyes on him, you were saying. So that's a potential thing. And then the heavy. So heavy and demo, looking at the leader right now, that is frightening. And he's holding the point.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what's spelling this game, though. It's thin their ranks. Thin their ranks was a bad choice.
I called it. I was saying I just thought it was going to be really hard.
Yep.
Against the rack list. Maybe he was mustering thinking it was going to be Cavalites again. Yeah, we might go to game 3, which would be fitting for this tournament, right? Because this is like TAO is the format that will not end.
This could be the start of a legacy for Micro, where he chokes away best of 3 finals.
No. Oh no! Don't say that. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So here's a get back in the fight order. I think is the right call. Put it on the flamer.
Good call.
Who's he going to go into? Yeah.
Probably all three.
Man, I don't know.
Models on the point.
Yeah, it's got to be one of them. It's like Which one does he do? Probably the Mandrake because you'd be winning on 3s.
The
I know it
Mandrake
works.
also represents the only shooting threat.
Yep, you go into Mandrake for sure. And Micro is a good enough player; he's going to figure that out.
I mean,
He's going to get diced. Watch.
we
He's going to roll
hope
a
so.
1. He's going to roll a 1. Oh, he won't even get to shoot first.
I really wish that well, he does get to shoot first with the readied.
Yeah, with the ready, not the flamer.
I mean, he won initiative. He gets to shoot first.
Oh, that's right. Yep, he will.
We were just watching Danger move. I honestly, it sounds weird, and I know the chances might not be as high, but I kind of wish that he did it with Rein, so that he could have the opportunity to pick up a second bounty this round.
Oh, that's an interesting thought, dude. Yeah.
Because Rein could shoot, kill this guy, pick up a bounty with Scarper. And then Gotfret could kill this guy, pick up that bounty. And now you get 2 bounties.
Ooh.
You max that. You max engage in all fronts. And then in the tiebreaker scenario, you have more max secondaries.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that goes on in turn 4, man, that just wins the game.
Okay, so starting off with the heavy hotshot volley gunner. I said it right the first time. Finally.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting we didn't see that because he had a long time, like both players, to think about this round. Well, I don't know.
They sure did. They sure did, Chris.
All right, 2 shots. He's splitting them on the middle. 2 shots into the rack, hitting on 3s.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Always misses one, dude.
Wounds on a 4.
Doesn't even get it. Dude, it's like your dice take a native -1 when you're rolling against Dangerfro.
All right, so next 2.
Those other 2, he's putting in on the Mandrake.
3 gets
That's
it.
a wound. Danger gets the 4 up.
5. I think this is
Doesn't
on the
get it.
He's got that 6.
Oh yeah. This is on the Mandrake.
Yeah. Oh, and he spikes.
Got it. Oh,
God. Every single Mandrake that has taken a that has gotten shot at has saved it somehow.
On a 6, bro. His F&P game is insane. You know, he's splitting
doing
again.
it again.
Oh, okay.
Do you split? Why don't you just shoot at the Rack Gunner back here or this Mandrake back here, right? Like, it's the same thing at the end of the day.
And we expected that hot shot volley
he's
heavy.
feeling desperate, and he wants to force a break test. That's why he's reaching now by splitting.
Dude, I thought that some of this would be going on that Nightfiend for recon. So that's a wound.
4 up on the Rack.
Oh,
Doesn't get it.
Rack first. That way, if he kills him, then doesn't get it. No, that wasn't a reroll. He's just getting the injury.
Yeah, that was the feel no pain.
He kills him. He kills the Rack. That's pretty huge.
All right.
But now he can't get that.
Yeah.
He has no way to get that without, like, only if Rein could shoot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he would get his activation to move to go pick it up.
Yeah.
And he can only pick up 1 bounty with 1 model per turn, so.
Yeah, so even if Gotfret like piled in and got a crap load with up and Atom or something, he could only pick up 1. So it's gonna be
That's
1 hit.
1 hit.
One's
on a 3. That's a wound, so 5 up. Now, do we see a desperation reroll here?
Oh man, I would have done it on
He's
the Rack.
thinking about it. Yeah, I mean that's what you'd think, right?
Oh, what's it gonna be?
He's going for the feel no pain.
6 up. 6 up.
Doesn't
get it.
4, 5, 6 to
4
kill.
up to kill. Gets him. This is huge.
Dude,
This is huge.
Game.
No, I don't know about that. I'm not going to say game yet. This is not quite game, but he
neither.
does get thin their ranks. That's going to be really nice for him.
Yep, that's going to be kill 1. It's going to be thin the ranks. He's going to end up holding
more.
Yep, so that's 3. He'll get hold 1. That's a 4th.
So, but you got to imagine, Micros or Danger is still going to get hold 1. He's going to get recon sweep.
Yeah, but he could up and at him some. Nope, no, but never mind. I was going to say I thought he was going to up and at him with what's his name, Gotfret.
He needs to decisive strike with Gotfret so that he can pile in and get a bounty. Because otherwise the Acothyst is just going to base him and then he doesn't get a bounty at all.
So he's got to pay 2 CP for that, but I think it's worth
He's got 3.
Yeah, he's got more than enough for it.
1 shot on a 6 from the Guardsman onto that Mandrake on that point over there. Doesn't get it. And then the leader might try the same thing, although
he's still got the flamer. But
Yeah. Yep. He's saving the flamer.
What is he saving it for?
I don't know.
He has no
just-
shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I think you shoot with the flamer first, because now look, these guys could have shot something else.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna put it on the Acothyst combat.
Oh
Axis
yeah. of
combat
course.
he's in combat.
Oh, he's in combat. That's right.
freaking
He's
duh.
fighting Gotfret.
Caveman
He-
7.
This is
Here we go.
this was a serious misplay. You need to shoot first with the flamer because he has less options. He
No,
shot all
I-
the things that the flamer could have shot.
I was calling
Yeah.
myself a
Yeah.
caveman.
No,
Let's shoot
I
the
know.
combat.
But I think
No,
that's a
that's-
serious misplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major misplay. You shoot with the flamer, and then if the flamer kills those guys, then these hotshot volley guns have other targets. The flamer doesn't have other
Yeah.
targets.
Gotcha. Yeah, and plus you wanted to take out that leader, and you wanted to try and shoot at these boys. This guy already has a flesh wound and stuff.
Oh, that
Now I
Wrack
think
gunner-
if micro doesn't decisive strike, he could just lose the game. That could just be it.
Oh, for
Wait
sure.
a minute. What
Spending
is he
a
spending a
CP
CP on?
Get down.
Get down.
Reroll to wound. Who's he shooting?
Oh, the Ossifactor's shooting at him.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he's
get it. Gotcha.
he's probably
putting it on the
obscured or
gunner.
something.
He's putting another one on him. -1.
Last time he did this, the guy got the hit anyway. So okay, he didn't get it there,
Not even close to.
but he still has to decisive strike. He needs to.
All right, so he's
One
shooting.
shot on a 6.
One shot long range obscured.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
Doesn't get it. Yeah, long range obscured Mandrake. That needed a 6.
All right. Moment of truth.
Here we go.
No,
Are
it's
you?
next man. He's got a few shots left with the Mandrakes.
Oh, that's right. He does. Who does he shoot? Or he could move this to a contest. If he shoots the flamer.
Yeah, he could
That's right.
defeat. Yeah, he could fire and fade. That's true.
Oh,
Not sure why
God.
Dangerfro would shoot anybody other than the flamer.
Yeah.
He's got to shoot the flamer right now in order to take him off that point, get hold more.
Yep, here we go. He saw it.
So what is he hitting on? Probably 5s,
minus-
right? Long range. Does he even
Yeah.
see him? Yeah, he does see him.
Both whiff.
No hits. Yeah, no
Do we
hits at all.
Fire and fade.
All right,
Nope.
next we're going on to this guy. Okay, no, does that guy even see the flamer? Yeah, he does barely. Barely. 2 shots on
Okay.
4s. He gets 1.
One.
Actually, he was on 5s. Doesn't wound. Does he reroll?
Does he reroll?
He's probably thinking about it.
He's got to be, because this is the clutch moment. This is the clutch round.
Yeah. He missed the opportunity to fire and fade onto that center point.
Yeah, if you're not going to reroll that Rack's wound, this is the kind of thing to reroll here now, because like the round is winding down at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. I just realized he actually needed a 6 to hit that guy because of get down. He
Right.
got it.
Oh, that's right, because he has it for the entire round.
For the round.
Yeah, he
yep.
keeps it. But failed to
So-
wound.
Yep.
And now they're either going to move. He hasn't flipped it yet, so that tells me he's thinking about a reroll.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, especially right if your opponent paid a tactic that isn't being applied, and he's letting you hit on a 5 or whatever. I'm not saying that he knows that, but it's like, dude, he should be rerolling this right now because he's hitting way better than he ought to be.
Now imagine if Rein was the one who get back in the fight. He could shoot now, slide onto a bounty. Oof.
Yep, he's rerolling. There goes the CP. Here we go.
He gets it.
That's it.
5 up, or 6 up actually. Oh,
Oh.
he gets an
Okay.
injury.
4, 5, 6.
He gets it.
5.
Wow.
So now Gotfred's going to have to kill.
Well, this is still, even with this scenario, he isn't. He still isn't getting hold more. They're just both contesting. So now,
Yeah.
Micro again. He needs to decisive strike, or else he can't pick up a bounty. He needs
Exactly.
every point that he can get.
Does Danger see to do that? To base him like that? And just be like, nope.
He
Okay,
should.
Micro's
He should.
decisive striking.
There we go.
Yeah. So he's picking up a bounty.
Okay.
He's got to do that.
He
He can only pick up 1.
okay.
So
Yep. Okay. He's moving.
job,
He's
Micro.
picked it up.
This is why you're in the
All right.
finals, Micro. Good job.
And now he has no choice. He cannot split his attacks. He doesn't have a choice.
No
in
other
that. They all
option.
have to go into that combat Acothyst.
Which, yeah, I mean, hitting on threes. Gotfret has done nothing all game. Could this be it? Oh, that's 5 hits.
Ooh.
Oof. Oof.
Or 4 hits? Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Look at that, dude. I was saying earlier, no matter what happens, he gets only one wound, and he saves it.
Oh, dude. But he can't pick up that bounty, not legally.
No, he can't.
No.
We gotta call that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta call that. That's just a scoring misplay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe, right? I mean, unless it says otherwise.
Let's double check it.
1 per movement. Let's look at the tactic. The model is taken out of action. Place kill team token before removing. Score 1 victory point. Model kill team ends its move in contact with any of these markers, and then remove
one of those markers the model is in contact with.
Now, is there a thing that talks about?
All right, fair enough. That's how they want to play it.
All right.
It's the issue is we straight up have no FAQ for this packet. Every other packet that's had bounty hunters has an FAQ that says you can only pick up 1 per model.
From like LVO, Annihilation, like all of these things, the TO was right there to do it, and here we are using a Spanish pack. So 4 attacks coming back.
Oh my god! Every attack hits, wounding on 4s. He could one-shot Gotfret. It's actually possible. 2 wounds. So if he fails 2 3-ups, then that's a dead Gotfret. Okay, he only takes 2 damage.
1.
Got close. That was an interesting one. All right, so scoring here is really interesting.
Well, the Acothyst needs to. Actually, I think Drukhari needs to take a break test.
Yeah.
So LD8, I believe, because of the Acothyst. So.
Yeah. So a 9 would break.
Correct.
Now, does Micro need to break? I don't think he does. He doesn't.
So
okay, so
Danger's okay.
For now, I mean, he could fail nerve test still. He's got 4 out.
True. True.
So this Acothyst goes down to LD4, so he fails on a 5 or 6. The Wrack Gunner over here goes down to LD3, so he fails on a 4 up. And there are no rerolls. There's no auto passes for Danger.
Okay, who are you doing first? Okay, so
he's got to do the higher leadership.
Looking for a 5 or 6 to break. He breaks.
But he rerolls it. He gets to reroll it.
He gets to reroll because he's Drukhari in round 4. All right, so he gets to reroll.
Oh!
Into another 5.
So that gives
His
that
high
point.
dice have backfired.
Yeah,
oh boy!
That gives that point to Micro now. And then now
I think that might be game. That's
this guy only passed on 2. Yep. So he is done. Oh, he gets to reroll.
Game.
That's right. Yeah, it's GG.
That's game.
Holy crap!
So he holds 1. He didn't kill. No, he did kill the Flamer. So he gets hold 1, kill 1. Micro does finally get thin their ranks. Micro's going to get kill 1, hold more. He gets 3 points there. He picks up. Does he pick up engage a 4th time? I don't think he does because he moved Gotfret up there. But he goes up to 15.
Oh my God! Look at that.
That's
score.
Game.
15 to 14.
Wow.
By a point, Micro takes the Transatlantic Open.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Matthew Fong.
Couple of games.
Wow, what a game, you guys. That was, in the middle there. It kind of got a little bit slowed down by some of that movement, but what a turn 4, right?
Yeah.
All things considered. Yeah, so I honestly, I was sitting here, I thought we were going to a game 3, and as hype as I am for Kill Team, I was looking at the clock and I'm like, oh man, we're going to be starting game 3 after the time that we thought would be finished with the whole thing. So,
yeah, are we jumping in?
Yeah, we are going to jump in with them and have a little chat. So,
man.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, what's up?
How's it going?
That
That was a grueling 2 games. We were looking at it and we thought we were going to a 3rd game. Honestly, there was a big part of us that thought we were going to a game 3, and I mean it came down to morale there, which is tough, right? Turn 4, you had the rerolls. obviously I haven't said it yet. Congratulations, Micromancer, on winning the Transatlantic Open. Grand Finals finished at 2-0. That was both very, very close games. Some key notes we have here to touch on a few of those games, I'm sure. How you feeling, Micro? How you doing?
Holy shit. Those were by far the tightest games of the tournament. Yeah, congratulations to Danger. He put a great list together and played really well.
For sure, of course. Congratulations. Second place. Nothing to shake, you can't shake a stick at it. That's amazing. What a run. We knew Drukhari would be in the finals. We just didn't know who it would be. And man, you definitely gave Micro, I'd say, the toughest games he's had against Drukhari in the tournament so far, at least that we've streamed. So congratulations and well done. I'm looking here. Obviously, Micro, you have now qualified for Zenith. I know you were up in those rankings anyway, so you're probably feeling pretty good about that. But congratulations on that as well. Let's see. I mean, yeah, what an amazing 2 games. I think there were a few little things, just to look back at. I'm sure both of you will go back and look at this game. There were more caveman moments on the casters than there were on you guys, but there were a few things we were questioning.
Casters.
All right, Beernit soaks up.
One
Yeah, Beernit
caster.
soaks up most of those. But I'm gonna toss it to each one of these guys one at a time here. We're gonna start with Shane, and you can go ahead, ask these guys each a question, and kind of yeah.
Okay. First of all, congratulations to both of you. That was a pretty wild series to watch. Felt closer than 2 games, to be honest. I guess I want to start with Danger. Can you talk us through the decision to swap from the Cabalites game 1 to the Wracks game 2? Was that a deployment situation? Did you start to feel differently about the matchup? What was the thought process there?
Well, I saw that we had like closer deployment zones, and I was like, it's basically like the 2 maps are practically the same map. Like the objectives are mostly in the same spot, and it's just like a slight shift in deployment zones. At the same time, I didn't really want to play the same game again, because like at that point it just gets kind of predictable. Like, I mean, at that point you're like, I mean, what's the point of even having a game 2? Like, I feel like with the way the first game went, like, yeah, it was still close, and it was kind of like if some die rolls went differently, it would have gone a bit more my way. But even so, I wanted to give it a shot with the Racks. I almost took Witches, and I'm glad that I did, because with the way my opening turn dice rolls went, it was abhorrent. But yeah, I figured Wrack would be better because I wanted. I figured I would be able to get in his zone a lot easier than it would have been if I didn't roll 1s and 2s for my advance rolls on turn 1. I think it would have been a slightly different game. But I can say there's a lot of different points in this game where I'm sure you could say that though with how close it was.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking so much about how great your Mandrake rolls were up until that last round that I think we kind of glossed over the fact that your turn 1 advance rolls were atrocious. You were rolling 1s and 2s. I think you re-rolled a 1 into a 2 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a CP reroll too. It wasn't like you didn't have it for free yet.
Yeah.
And then just him icing my demo. Like, yeah, he was up in the open, but it was just like, what was it? You shot with the Lasgun and
the Lasgun that brought them out.
And I'm like, okay, that's how this game is going to go, and that's basically how this game went. So.
Yeah, you were making the tough armor saves, but not the easy ones. It really didn't made no sense to me.
Yeah, it was. The Fates. I think the Fates decided who was the champion today, as it was. He definitely had some great rolls, and his tactics were on par too. So like, when you both have good tacticians, you leave it to luck. That's just kind of where it falls to. And,
All right, for sure. Ryan, you have any questions or any comments for these guys? Go ahead.
Yeah, congrats both of you for making it this far in the TAO. Congrats to Micro for taking the whole kit and caboodle. So I've got Matthew. You were putting me through a ringer in this very last game that happened because you kept splitting the attacks with Gotfret onto the Wrack and the Mandrake.
Okay.
Please explain why you were doing that instead of just putting all those Gotfret attacks into a single model.
Well, because I wasn't too picky on who I killed. Like I would be happy with putting a wound on either one.
Okay.
I didn't have like a specific target in mind. The math is pretty similar on each one. Like the Mandrake's got the -1, and I think one turn he popped lightning fast reaction on him as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not hitting the Mandrake as easily, but I'm not wounding the Acothyst as easily, and he's got a better save.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't mind, and so it was worth it for me to take the chance on the double injury roll. If Gotfret ever actually got to an injury roll, but
yeah,
15 attacks.
He was
like one element of bad luck this game.
It was his thanks to me for bringing him into being, as it were.
I guess my only other point of bad luck I can think of was the double damage on the grenade roll, turn 1 that didn't get the kill.
Yeah, that happened in
two
both your
games.
games. The grenade underperformed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the other question I had for you was, what was going through your mind when you saw how Dangerfro had deployed the majority of his team on a single board quarter, basically opposite just 2 of your models? How were you thinking of reacting to that?
Yeah, it was a really neat move. My initial thought was that it was good for me. I figured like him not being able to threaten these 2 objectives was gonna be good. But that I was really banking on getting that Acothyst kill with the grenade.
Yeah.
And I think that Acothyst surviving really made that play worth it for him, because then he was able to just like tie my units up with that model faster than I could fall back.
For sure.
And that's what kind of started avalanching things his way.
Yeah. All right, Dangerfro, how did you feel that the Cabalites performed for you turn 1?
The last game?
Yeah, game 1, I think is what he
Or
means.
game 1, I should say, yeah.
Man, that was so long ago. God, I'm trying to remember what happened turn 1. I think it was okay. I think we came out of that one, it was like 3-2 his way.
I think it was 2-2.
Was it 2-2?
I want to say.
Like, I mean, I basically set up my sniper so he didn't have line of sight on basically the points over here. So like this stuff was covered, and he didn't like take the bait or anything. So even so, him not taking the bait was part of the plan too. So it was kind of a win-win. Turn 1 with this stuff happening, I was surprised that worked. Because I was just like, you know what, I'm like starting off like from the beginning, I've been on the back foot just because this both these deployments just kind of favor micro throughout. I was a bit surprised actually, to be honest. But yeah, the fact that I was able to kill this guy over here, or whatever it was that happened over there, with these guys over here. And then the Mandrake's coming in. It was mainly all the turn 2 stuff that I just couldn't believe. Like I lost both my Mandrakes in Overwatch, and I was like, is this really what's happening?
Yeah, game 1 was weird. It was like, because I don't think a single one of my hotshot polyguns made a wound roll like the whole game, or like at least got past an armor save. But yeah, I got half my kills at least in like Overwatch with like basic guardsmen.
Yeah. End of turn 1, I think I was feeling pretty okay. I was like, this isn't too bad, this isn't too great. Worst case scenario hasn't happened yet, so it was end of turn 1 at least. I was grooving a little bit.
I guess we'll give it over to Biernan now for questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Biernan, you got one more chance for a caveman move. What do you got?
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. So first of all, congratulations to you guys. Holy crap. My first question is, are you guys excited to play TAO anymore sometime, or is this it for you?
Like, I mean, I got one more game for the Fight Club, and
Oh,
then
jeez.
I think that's about it. Like, I mean, I doubt. Like, everyone seems to hate the packet. I don't really hate it that much. Like, yeah, it's open, but it's the packet. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. If people want to play, I'll play, but it is what it is. Usually, I try to focus on whatever tournament I'm in at the time.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. What about you, Micro? How you are you sick of TAO yet, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sick of TAO. But I just want to make a distinction between TAO and the Ibericon packet.
Yes.
The packet itself, I think, is pretty neat. I'd be happy
Yeah,
to play
I
it
agree.
again. I would like to see how it works on a different board or arena.
Yep. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
for
this
sure.
board should ever see the light of day again.
Nope.
I think it's time to retire it. I had one more thing I was going to comment on. I don't know if you guys remember in game 1, way over to the left side of the board, you had the combat Acothyst and Gotfret engaged to the side where Rein was now just clogging everything up. Danger, I don't know if you saw that you could have piled in and consolidated to end on a point, which would have tied at 6-6. And Micro, I don't know if you saw that you could have piled in and stopped that. With the thing there, yeah, this kind of a
You mean the
situation.
Sid right?
Did you guys
Yeah.
choose for that not to happen, or did you miss it?
To be honest, I just kind of missed that, to be honest. Yeah, we could have just piled and moved on to the point, but at the same time, I didn't really want to be stuck in with Gotfred, and I didn't want to give him a reason to stay on the point.
Okay.
And or at least with me, like I wanted Gotfred to get away from me.
Because he had already swung, and
Mhm.
at that point, you're piling in. It was ended the round 17 to
Mhm.
no, I mean 7. What the hell was it?
It was 7 to I believe it was 7 to 5 when it could have been 6 to 6 at the end of the
Yes, would have been 6-6, and then that game was won by a point. I think at
2
one
points.
point, by 2 points. Yep. But that would have been 1 point less for Micro plus 1 point for you, which would have put it at the tie.
Could have been.
So I think, so that I think
Yeah.
was like a really interesting thing that happened. Especially considering here we have this game, which was won by 1 point again. It's a trip to think about, like how like maybe something small almost could have led to something like a different outcome and stuff. Yeah, and I was just wondering if you guys had seen that and stuff
Mind
like that.
you, the Cyberite also ended up moving over here and doing some damage in the later rounds, which I guess it wouldn't have been able to do had it been all the way over here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think I had I definitely missed that consolidate. I think I was I got too focused on the up and at him to get him in there. And then the intervening terrain. I think we were on intervening terrain there.
Yeah, we were.
Yep. You were.
And my mind got stuck on those rules, and I missed the last consolidate.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe if it got missed because of like whiffing on that. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap, minus one to hit, and then like nothing goes through, and then it was just to forget to pile in because you're normally so like focused on that. I was wondering if like maybe it was a choice or something. Okay.
It's been too long since I've played Heretics. That's what's happening.
that's exactly
That's what we
what I
were
was
saying.
I think that's what was said. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you had
doing all cheating.
But good game, guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
Amazing game. Again, congratulations to both of you. Micro, amazing win. Very close games. I have a question or two of my own. I was just wondering, Danger, the Kabalite team, I think that was probably the most surprising thing about the finals here, right? Is that muster. Is that a muster you have a lot of experience with? Did you go back? We hadn't streamed many of your games, but we streamed a lot of Micro's games. Did you go back and kind of see what he was doing in those games? And did you see something there that you thought those Kabalites could kind of work against, or how he was setting up in all those games? Because I mean, you can see between game 1 and game 2 here that he set up pretty similarly. I mean, he did the exact same muster and set up that exact same way, and he had pretty much used those hotshot volleys in that same roster against many other Drukhari people or players.
Yeah, I did see his games previously. I think I just went back once, like last week, just to see what he brought against. I think Ryan. I don't know. I can't remember. It was one of his games. And But for the most part, I just saw the map and I was just like, okay, this deployment is going to be a shooting gallery. I need to put my best shooty foot forward, and that's pretty much the Capelites. And I figured I'd be able to outrange him. If I was smart, I'd be able to outshoot him, which I kind of didn't really do. But I also kind of did.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically like my roster pretty much has 3 lists to it. Like I have my shooty list and the Capelites. I have my my charging list with the covens and whatnot, where they just basically try to get in your face and soak up whatever Overwatch with their toughness 4 and 4 pinball. And then the witches are there if there's cover. Because if I'm going to take a melee list, I'm going to take witches.
Yeah.
I know that there's a couple maps in this. Like if it were either if we ended up doing map 3B or map 2A, I probably would have taken witches.
Gotcha.
Just because there's I've had good luck with them. Because there's just
that's actually interesting, just because 3B was the final map, by the way, that was rolled. So
of course.
yeah. So it would have been interesting. We would have seen another, I guess surprising for us muster from you with the witches, right? Because we all think of, the shooting that Micro has and what damage it could do to those t-shirt saves. But I guess, at that angle you have a little bit more cover.
Yeah, there's ways where you can angle it to where you won't be able to get anything turn 1. The only one you can actually possibly get something turn 1 is in map 2A. And then in this map too, but it's so open that you risk Overwatch. And yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it was a surprising muster. It was a good game. That was another close game. Obviously, this second game came down to the morale phase. Yeah, I suggest for both of you go back and watch it. Maybe give it some time. Obviously, this was a stressful. I wouldn't say, kick up the replay right after this, but a little while down the road, go check it out. Micro, again, congratulations. You qualify now for Zenith, which is awesome. WWO is coming up. I've seen you playing around with a few other teams. Are you just at a point where you really want to move away from, the Astra Militarum, and you've already done your thing with Heretics, that you're just like, and now that you're qualified for Zenith, you're just like kind of want to have fun and throw something else out there? Or are you just really interested in some of these other factions?
Yeah, I'm a little torn right now. I am looking at moving away from Astra. That was really like the usual teams I play would have been torn apart in this packet, like on this board.
Yeah.
And so that's where this one came from. I've been playing Tyranids pretty hard for WWO.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying that. There's some neat things I want to do there, but I've also been feeling the call of the heretics again.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's not a great pack for them. I mean, like it's not the pack; it's the open board part of it that I'm worried about them.
No, definitely.
But I think in a way they're like suited to the pack itself. Like they have the bodies to bring numbers, and if other people are going spammy, like Berserkers are amazing at dealing with hordes. So I might just run Heretics again to see what happens, or Nids. I don't know. I'm so torn between those two. They're both really fun factions to play.
For sure. Lots of fun factions out there. Lots of people trying lots of different things coming up for WWO. That's exciting. We will be streaming those games, of course, when it comes to that. So look forward to that. Anybody out there in the chat. Again, I just want to say congratulations to Micro. Congratulations to Danger. Thank you so much to our man Tim from Data Team, Fudder on the server on Discord, for TOing this and kind of pushing this along, especially with the ELO system. That's been so awesome. Another shout out to, of course, Shane and Ryan from Command Point and everything they've been doing with the Discord and promoting all these online tournaments on Tabletop Simulator, allowing me to stream them, which has been a ton of fun for me. And I look forward to doing more of that in the future. Another thank you to Biranid for joining us today and giving some really cool commentary and some helpful play-by-play.
And some caveman moves.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to bring him up again, but since you did it yourself. Anyways, yeah, thank you, everybody. And again, look forward to the Discord server. Command Point, get on there, play some games. We have people who play games just for fun too. If you're a little bit, not sure about getting into competitive, if you're new to the game, we have people who are more than happy to teach you. And again, I'll promote it again. We have Zenith coming up. Yeah. We have Zenith coming up, so get in there, get into these ranked games, ELO games against people. Sign up for the next tournament. I believe the signups for Worldwide Open are open now, and those are that is posted on the Discord, so you can find that there. Sign up for that. Get in here, play some games with us. Thank you guys for joining us. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. For those of you in Europe or on the East Coast, if you're in Europe, go to bed. If you're on the East Coast, go have dinner. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.